all right. What is going on? It is Tuesday night. That means it's time for Victory Podcast. As you guys saw, we got a new graphic behind us. Had to thank Key for that. Definitely appreciate the fresh new look. Actually, before we get into all the intros, we got Daniel Barry. What's going on? Appreciate you tuning in. My guy Gene. What's going on?
Gene.
Appreciate you tuning in as well. So it is NFL Draft Week. That means we're going to be doing our 7-round NFL mock draft. And, like I said, in our little, event description or whatever, you guys in the chat, as we make our picks, you guys can tell us if we were way off base, if you like the pick, if you want to throw some picks in there as well, definitely do that. You can definitely do that in the chat. Jordan will be on in a couple of minutes. He's just running a little late. I'm sure everybody's waiting to see what he does with the Ravens. But we'll talk about NBA playoffs, but we're going to keep it really short because we got to give all the time we need for the mock draft. So, Dylan, how you doing? How's everything going?
I mean, everything's going good. Being a Hawks fan, we're kind of in a little bit of a rivalry right now. So, but overall, I expected us to probably lose this series. It's okay. Just enjoying playoff basketball. I've really enjoyed it a lot. I'm getting excited for the draft. I'm going to the draft, so I got pack up tomorrow, and then I'll leave Thursday morning, and I'll get there. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, Jake, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to be back. Last week I was out sick, missed a really good episode, so I'm just happy to be here. And it's a great time of the year. I mean, the playoffs have been super entertaining. The draft is literally right around the corner. Baseball's going strong. I mean, it's, for people that say spring in sports is dead, they're wrong. There's plenty to talk about.
Yeah. We normally talk baseball, but, with everything, can't really do too much. But it's crazy to see, the Rays and the Pirates, I believe, have the best records in each league. So
pretty sure the Orioles are as well.
Yeah, the Orioles are right up there too. So could be a really interesting year. We will normally talk about that, but I just want to throw that out there because, shout out to the Pirates and the Rays, two franchises that aren't household names necessarily across the country, but, they're doing really well. Hopefully they can keep it up.
Pirates. Speaking of Pirates, re-signed Brian Reynolds. A big deal.
Yeah, that's all the signs you need to see of them kind of believing in the group that they have, signing a guy who a lot of teams would be coveting if they made him available.
I'm pretty sure he requested a trade.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they started off so well probably changed his mind. So that's always a good thing to see with smaller market teams keeping their guys around. Con-Man checking in. What's going on? Appreciate you tuning in. But so let's get into the NBA playoffs. Like I said, really quickly, give us all the time for the draft. We've been seeing, some interesting, series that's been going on. We're looking at Miami, that's now up 3-1 on Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
We have
Jimmy
the Lakers 3-1 up on the Grizzlies. Celtics Hawks, I guess people kind of expected that. Sixers sweeping the Nets. So there's a lot going on. I guess my question
don't forget about the Knicks, man. Don't forget about the Knicks and the Cavs.
Oh, absolutely.
That's huge.
Cannot forget about that. Yes, that's going to be interesting. We could end up seeing Knicks Heat in the second round. Throwback to the 90s.
And then one of them's going to make it to the conference finals.
I know. That is kind of wild. But so I guess I'll say, based off what's gone on so far, what's been the most surprising thing out of all these series to you? We can start with you, Jake.
The most surprising one is it has to be the Bucks, and I know there's going to be an asterisk to it because of the Giannis injury that he had, and I totally get that. I just feel like it's not being talked about as much as a typical one seed being down, but it's the story of the Heat that just don't go away. Kyle, you know this from your series as a fan with Boston. They just don't die. They just can't go away. Jimmy Buckets is a real playoff performer, and that one stands out a ton. I don't understand how they're up 3-1. But if we go take that one aside, I think the other one is that the Knicks have a legit team. I watched the game on Sunday, and they had Cleveland just completely stumped. Their defense was aggressive. They were moving the ball, and Cleveland didn't look like they knew almost even how to play basketball. I mean, they didn't know how to initiate an offense. It looked really ugly. And I think the Knicks have a great shot of going to the Eastern Conference Finals. As crazy as that is, I think they have a great shot. And just hearing the home crowd in the Garden is pretty exciting. Like, they have been waiting and waiting for a moment like this, and they've had like 2 good playoff moments since 2000. Like, that's terrible for a fan base.
Hasn't been a lot. Yeah.
It has not been a lot, and so this is really awesome to see. I like the Cavaliers a lot because I'm still a huge Donovan Mitchell fan. But you have to be excited that New York is having some good sports stuff going on with the Knicks. It's been so long, and I think that's going to be a huge story when they inevitably beat the Cavaliers, probably in 5 games.
Yeah, I definitely could see that the Knicks have played really well against the Cleveland team that, when they got Donovan Mitchell, a lot of people thought this was a team that could maybe make a sneaky run to the finals. I've always thought maybe next year we could look at them a little bit as more of a threat because they'd have more time together and all that. But, shout out to the Knicks. Been a lot of years of futility. Although recently they've been doing kind of better getting into the playoffs, and maybe this year they go on a maybe Hawks type run to a conference final where you didn't expect it, and then they just show up and kind of see what happens there. Yep. But I guess, are you dealing? Oh, Jake, you had something else?
Oh, just gonna say that Cleveland is just a year away. It's a big thing. Is Mobley? We're gonna wait on the development of Mobley and see what he can turn into. They're a team that's a year away, but definitely I didn't expect it to be just this one-sided of a playoff series.
Yeah. Okay, so Dylan, what's been surprising to you?
So I really won't hit up the Eastern Conference matchups so much. I'll briefly just talk about what's going on in the West. I mean, you got to think the Lakers being up 3-1 on the Grizzlies. I mean, a lot of people did kind of pick the Lakers to kind of be one of that sneaky teams to upset, regardless if it was a 2-7. But the concept that they're up 3-1 now and they could easily take them in 5 and, we'll have a 7 seed already moving on, as well as potentially an 8 seed, like with the Heat. But overall, I mean, you gotta give credit to like the role players on those Lakers teams. I mean, LeBron had a great 20-20 game yesterday, very impressive, especially in the playoffs. But like, you got to look at these role players like Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, like dudes who looking at this Lakers team probably at the start of the season. I know Hachimura was traded, but looking at those guys, you wouldn't be like, they could potentially be in the Western Conference Finals and help make a run. You're just like, no, that's not possible. And now look at them. They're being very clutch in big time moments in the playoffs, and they have a legitimate chance to not only win this round, potentially beat, the Kings or the Warriors in the second round, and then have a good chance to play probably, Nuggets, Suns for the Western Conference Finals.
I mean, we have a lot of Laker fans on the network, yes.
I know.
And probably the biggest one isn't here, so I feel like we've got to get through this quickly because if Jordan comes in, we might be on Lakers for like another 10 minutes. But
we'll get derailed, for sure.
Yeah, so we'll get through it while he's off. I think the craziest thing about this series has been just how bad Memphis offense can look for long stretches of games. They're a team that I've always had worries about them perimeter shooting wise, and they'll go like 5-minute stretches where nothing but threes are being jacked up, and some of them are pretty bad, like no rim, air balls, bricks like that, and they'll just keep shooting them. I feel like this series, I don't know, Jenkins and the guys in the front office, they have to rework this roster a little bit, get some perimeter guys that you can count on. I've been disappointed in Luke Kennard. I thought he was a guy who might have been able to have a big series. He hasn't done much of anything. Desmond Bane, he's doing as much as he can. I have nothing to say about him.
He was legit yesterday.
Yeah. So I can't put any blame on him, But Jaren Jackson has come up kind of small in this series. Morant, we know he has the hand injury, but I feel like Morant's doing about as much as he can as well. So I'm not going to put a lot on him either. But outside of those two, it's been like, what else are you really getting out of that group? But I will. Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. That the Grizzlies this offseason need to make a big change. You need to either sign a veteran free agent or make a big trade that can do that, that can bring some stability to the locker room, bring some presence, because it feels like the spotlight's almost too big for Memphis. And this, even though they advanced further last year, somehow this is too big for them this year. They seem like a very immature team, and I know that gets thrown around a lot recently for this team, but you could see it when they play. They have a front running kind of style, and I think they need to kind of do a small overhaul. They do have a lot of picks. They have a decent amount of good players where they could get a package for an unhappy third quality player that they could have on there, and then next year they could go forward. But if they don't do anything big, I think this Memphis team is going to be doomed to kind of be this flashy front running team that doesn't have the tenacity to make a postseason run to the finals.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Go ahead.
Oh, just to say, I was like, the big thing with this Memphis team is like they have like, you know, three kind of stars when you look at Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson, and then someone like Desmond Bane. You know, he gets his
He's
points.
legit. He's legit.
Yeah, he's dropping 30, 40 here and there. I'm gonna say you're kind of a star, but like overall, like it seems like all of these guys just kind of do good on their own. Like if Desmond Bane's doing good, Ja Morant's not doing good. Jaren Jackson's not doing good. If Ja Morant's going crazy, Desmond Bane's missing his shots. Jaren Jackson isn't really doing his thing well. And it just seems like these guys can't really flow together. They need like a glue piece, someone that can, you know, just like meld it together, have like just the proper rotation, because it seems like, you know, that's why they go on these cold stretches, because they're not even taking proper shots. You know, they're just, you know, like you said, shooting threes for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't understand that. We got Big Three regular Anthony Price in the chat. I'm out of pocket, but Ja Morant is overrated, and Brooks needs to shut up. I will say about Brooks, he built up this persona like he wanted to be the next villain of the NBA. Mm-hmm. Now that he's become the villain of the NBA, he doesn't want the responsibility of being the villain of the NBA. I do not. Oh, okay. Look, everybody, Jordan's in
Ravens, baby. Did y'all start the draft there or not yet?
Not yet.
No.
Are we on Leonard, right? Maybe, possibly.
Maybe, but I mean,
well, how are y'all gonna do that when y'all both Pacers fans? Are you gonna pick different players?
No, I'll take a different team. I can handle that.
Okay.
Yeah. But
I mean, I hate to barge in, but like coming in late. But I will say like I'm
couldn't get the Lakers talk over fast enough.
No. For this draft, like the Thursday, it's gonna be like what's the word? Unprecedented, whatever that.
Unprecedented.
Unprecedented, like unprecedented. Sorry, thank you, Jake. Like this draft's gonna be so like with dealing with what he said earlier in the chat about how Will Levis thinks he's gonna go number one. Like who's gonna go number one? Is it gonna be Bryce Young? Is it gonna be CJ Stroud? So many uncertainties. Teams can move up, move down. We don't. This is like the first draft. This is like I'm so excited. I'm like Gene. I'm saying like I'm like Gene, man. Like because this draft is like
it's exciting. It's exciting, but it's not exciting because it's a super talented draft. It's just
it's exciting because like so many moving parts.
Yeah.
You know, that's why it's so exciting. And that's funny you say that, Dylan, because I think one like executive said the same thing. Like this draft is not talented at all. But I mean, maybe top 10 people are like C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson. But as far as wide receiver talent is there. But this is like a draft where it's so unknown. Like you don't know what's going to happen. If Ravens going to do a D-Hop trade and Lamar going to get an extension tomorrow or Thursday or whatever. So anything can happen. So. Hey, I mean, Pat-Man Jones said it's strong. It's strong.
Crazy stuff when he played. Listen to Pat-Man.
Why are we talking about Pac-Man Jones, man? Come on.
And Von Miller also said that DeAndre Hopkins told him that he wanted to play there. So I don't know.
Well, I think he confirmed today that he's going to get moved or traded either before the draft or at the draft. So, and they said they're willing to take a second round pick. So who knows, man? So for him,
that's been the asking price forever. Nothing's happened.
It was the first round, and they think they moved it recently to a second. But anyway, I don't want to barge into your Kyle. My bad.
I'm kind of surprised you came in hot with the NFL draft. We were literally talking about
the Lakers,
Memphis, and LA, and you came in with the draft. So okay,
man, fuck Dylan Brooks, man. That bitch ass.
I will say this, just as far as maybe cleaning it up just a little bit as far as the Memphis goes, because we were talking about Brooks.
Oh, so I mean,
The-
I thought y'all were moving. So y'all were
No,
joking about
we
the
wanted to
draft.
get like a quick like 10 minutes because there's so much basketball stuff going on. I will say this about the Grizzlies. I think it was 2 seasons ago. The Jazz were the 1 seed. The Grizzlies made the play-in. They played each other in a 5-round series. And I watched that whole series, all 5 games, and I became a huge fan of the Grizzlies. I was like, man, this team
Grind.
has tons of talent. They're young. They're energetic. They have all these picks. This was a team that I was kind of envious of because I could see that the Jazz had a very limited ceiling, even the year they were a 1 seed. And they were like, okay, I could root for this team. And they just seem to do everything in their power to get people to root against the Grizzlies. It seems like they want to be disliked. They want to be booed. And it's a shame because they could be talented, but they're making it so easy to hate on them that it's just going to be piling on. And them losing when they're a 2 seed, if they lose in 5 games, like it's not going to be pretty. They're not going to be gracious losers by any means.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
I've
is
said this
something I
about
worry
the Grizzlies. I've said this about the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies were a liked team when they were when Ja Morant was first drafted there. They were a young, exciting, liked team. They gave this persona to themselves. The way they have acted, the things they've said, the stuff that they've done has gave them a persona not to be liked. Because I'm sorry, when Dillon Brooks came out of Oregon, he wasn't talking like that. He was just playing basketball. Ja Morant, he wasn't acting like that. He was just dunking on people, Like none of these guys were like that. And then just over time, we just grown to dislike them, and that's really kind of all on them.
Yeah, it's a shame. They're front runners, and no one really likes a front runner.
You can tell last night that like LeBron, like he took with Dillon Brooks with his mouth, like LeBron obviously. This what separates from the all-time great players and just like the bottom players like Brooks, because obviously LeBron took the higher road when he was in the media. When people ask him, "Oh, are you gonna say something?" Because the media, they wanted to get something out of LeBron. They want to but he ain't gonna do that. But you can tell from last night with that when he went to the hole and then he got an A1 on Brooks. That was personal, man. Like when
he was pumped after that too.
Yeah, so you can tell.
He was screaming.
And Dillon Brooks. My bad, Dylan. I pronounced the name wrong in the chat. You're funny, like
I was messing with you. I was messing with you. I was like, don't compare me and Dillon Brooks. You got to spell his name right.
Right. But in the press conference, Dillon Brooks was like, I was trying to force him to go left, and they did go left, and he took him to the left, and then boom, and 1. But you can tell like that was a personal shot at Brooks, like, because you don't poke the bear. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean that. Seriously, like you don't
poke the bronze.
No, you don't. You just keep your mouth shut.
You can't start. You don't start with you don't finish.
You can go at LeBron. You just have to be able to back it up. That's all it
Yeah.
is. There's been plenty of players who've gone at LeBron. It's just that.
And how many times are y'all gonna go up the top rope and break his wrist again? How many times?
Okay. I will say
his game. He gets to the rim.
I know, but his hand, man.
Yep,
like
that is
how
part of
much
his
can his
game.
hand take?
But Ja Morant is one of those players that every single time he attacks the basket and is in the air, part of me always cringes for the crash landing and if he's going to get up.
Like
it's the same feeling I get when Anthony Davis. Anytime Anthony Davis falls over, you're always like, "Oh, is he hurt? Oh, is he hurt?" You have the same fear when Ja goes crazy.
Yeah, yep.
I mean, I've done the same thing. I've fallen while playing basketball, caught myself on the wrist, and it broke my wrist. That stuff hurts.
That's crazy.
It's wild. Like every time I see him go up, I like panic because it's like
it's scary.
Ooh, he's like going up on like 2 people with like no remorse. Like he's just like, if I fall, I fall.
Didn't Tatum hurt his wrist like last year in the playoffs, or did he fall? Or I know he was talking to, I think one of the interviewers like in the offseason.
Yeah, Tatum's wrist is still hurt. He'll probably have to have some surgery this offseason, but I'm not sure if it was from anything like, it probably was from a fall and bracing himself. But I just want to get to Anthony's comment real quick. Dylan, you ruined it for him. You said Dillon Brooks came out of Oregon. Now he has to find a new college team to root for.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, he was an Oregon Duck. See, I actually liked Dillon Brooks coming when he was going into college. I thought he was an interesting player. I watched a lot of Pac-12 basketball, and when he went to the Grizzlies, like, that's cool. And then he just became an ass. So
He was kind of
you know,
quiet, and then
that's
he
over.
was. I don't know. It's kind of like I don't want to like. I know I'm black, but the Memphis they kind of got that hood mentality with the whole Ja Morant and the whole gun, and then he got suspended, and then
'Cause
like
they
they try to
jumped.
follow Jaws lead and everything, and then
Yeah, they
and then
jumped
the whole
levels.
Shannon Sharp thing and the whole like all that. It's
Like I said, they've done it
yo,
to
these
themselves.
players make millions. They're not gangsters, man. Like they make millions of money. Stop trying to be who you're not trying to be. And Dylan Brooks, like I'm tired of saying it. He dresses like a clown, I don't know. He talks like a clown. He dresses like a clown. You know what I'm saying? And like at least I
There's a lot of guys in the NBA that you could say dress.
but like when it comes to like basketball,
Wow,
like though, I used to hate Draymond Green. I used to hate him though. But that's a player that you can stand, like where, like back in the day, like I remember 2016 he kicked Jordan Kyle. Jordan Kyle is black, he's like I'm still black, man. It's all good. But yeah, you know what I mean, Anthony. But anyways, yeah, it's just like I've grown to like Draymond Green because he can still like, even though he can't shoot well, he can still like rebound and create plays. Dylan Brooks, he don't do nothing, man.
I think the better way might be is you've learned to respect Draymond Green's game, even if you don't like him personally. You respect what he does and what he's bringing.
He's earned the respect.
I used to hate him. I used to hate him.
And you see how important he is to the Golden State Warriors dynasty.
Now,
he's the second most
Warriors
important
be able to
player.
keep him next year? That's a question.
Oh, someone's going to offer Draymond a ton of money.
He wants to go to the Lakers and team up with LeBron, but we'll see if they.
Lord.
Lord.
All right, should we just go to the draft now?
I know Trae Young is going to the Lakers too, man.
Yep, I think
I just heard that like Trae Young's basically like untradeable. Teams thinks he's too much of a defensive liability. Like
he
it's
really
very,
is though.
They said it's very unlikely for him to be traded this offseason.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah,
Run it back.
Yeah.
Go for a 6 seed this time.
Last thing I'll say.
Well, they play tonight, right? The Celtics and Hawks.
Yeah, they're playing right now, actually.
The whole Clippers thing, just for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
The way that's unfolded, where it's a game 5, you're down 3-1, and you're not gonna have Kawhi or Paul George.
Yeah,
clearly, they waved the white flag, and they're packing it up. And
they can go to Cabo like Gene, man.
Yeah, they've already booked their flights. They're just waiting for the clock to round the fourth quarter and be like, all right, we're out of here. Have fun.
Hey, we need to do a full podcast for how big of a disappointment the Clippers have been. That could be a midsummer.
That's going to be next.
They're saying sure. Battle of LA. Clippers of LA. I mean, who's
I mean, Battle of LA has been kind of mid for a couple of years now.
It's been pretty bad.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to my boy Lauri Markkanen for winning Most Improved Player.
We all know the Kings are the best team in California, anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think he's playing. I think he's playing Game 5. Fox.
Who? Yeah, he said 99% he's playing.
Yeah, he's playing.
He's playing.
He said, my finger hurts. Oh well.
Jordan,
still dropped 50
reason
on him.
of the hate of dark skins for light skin in the line. What? I don't get that last part. Light skin in the Lion King.
Key.
Well, I'm Mufasa.
What's up, Key? Oh, I said at the start of the show, Key, appreciate the new graphic.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
it was updated like they all updated.
The squares it was Tatum, Mahomes, and who else?
Judge.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you got one of your dudes. Jordan's got one of his dudes. Where's me and Jake's recognition? I don't like the Chiefs.
I like the Chiefs. I like Mahomes. He's my favorite player to watch in the NFL.
See, it's just biased to me. I lived the closest to the Chiefs, I guess, but still.
But aren't you going to the draft on Thursday, Dylan?
Yep. In Kansas City, Missouri, actually.
Did you pay for your spot and you just have to make it?
The ticket. Then you just gotta make it. They'll have a whole draft.
Those seats, if I'm a Raiders fan, I want to get in that section. I have to be there and
Oh, you'd have to buy. Up. I think that the ones to get super close, you have to buy. But the rest of the time,
to the stage. Oh, I thought you meant near the stage. Oh, yeah, I'm talking about near the stage area.
Yeah, I think that I'm pretty sure that costs. But if you want to,
I want to make the.
But you can stand. You can stand. There's an area that's literally right behind where that fenced-in area is at. And that's just first come first serve.
All four of us get a pick. Kyle, you get the Patriots pick. You get to say the Patriots
I would go
pick.
Pat McAfee with it. I would troll so many teams.
I mean, finally, The Rock. The Ravens will pick.
Hey, it's a
That's
once in a
just
lifetime
Nick
thing.
Bob.
Make it your moment. That's what I say. Key
Yep.
went to the draft.
But
with
would you-
Philly? Pretty close. Okay.
Jordan, would you
That's
be
dope.
able to announce a trade if Lamar gets traded though at the draft?
I'll be
Draft
like,
day blockbuster.
They're
trade?
like-
oh shit.
Jordan's crying, and they're like, with the fourth pick.
The Ravens have agreed to trade Lamar. Lamar
And then he just, like,
Jackson.
No,
He
it's
just
my
walks
allergy.
off the stage.
It's my allergies kicking in. I do have allergies right now. No cap. I do have allergies. Kind of bad right now. Pollen. No, I really do my nose and stuff. But... No.
Yeah. That's our segue.
Let's do it.
All right. I mean, Lennon hasn't jumped on, so I guess I will take my Patriots.
All right, claim them. You're here. First come, first serve.
I mean, I was gonna let him have
So we're
it.
doing like a whole seven round draft, like a
We're
whole.
going
full-
all 7 rounds,
7 rounds.
trades and
per-
everything.
I need some liquor in my system, man. It's like-
Hey, I mean, the way you came in hot, I kind of wondered if you might have took a sip of something before you came on.
Oh man, no, because I was trying to be like, wait, hold on for me. Like I'm at Walgreens. I'm about to come home.
Nah, you good. You good.
No, like Walgreens.
Do you want to
made me
take
pissed.
Atlanta just in case Lennon comes on, and then we can just like
I can do that.
I'll pick for
pick
Atlanta.
Atlanta
for
if we
Atlanta.
need to. We can just kind of group think
Uh,
what we need.
Oh,
I'll be unbiased and make sure that I don't tank Atlanta's picks because even though I hate the team, I will be
What's
fair.
the worst DN I can grab?
So Jake, so like you're a Saints fan. So what are you expecting them to like? What number do they have? What pick?
They're towards the end. I can't remember the exact. I think it's like 29 or 30, but they're going to go defense. They're probably going to get either an edge rusher or a D lineman based on
How
who's
long
available.
is that contract for Cam Jordan? Is he still under contract?
I think he restructured it, but I don't think he has a whole lot of time left. It's sad. He's just getting old. As great as he is, he's just getting old.
So I guess Anthony's coming at you now.
There we go. But then watch, I picked the kicker, and if that were to happen in real life, they'd beat the Saints with that kicker. He'd go like 5 for 5 for all for 60
He'd
yards.
hit like a 67-yarder
Yep.
to win.
Just be like, F you, Jake. Here's your karma.
All right, so just to let you guys know in the chat, we have our favorite teams that we're going to pick. We're going to do
Yep.
7 rounds. We're going to do trades and everything. You guys in the chat, you can throw out, I guess, players you would take. You could throw out grades for our pick.
It's gonna be fun.
Have fun down in the chat. Do whatever you want. I mean, keep it respectable, of course, but whatever you want to throw out there, fine.
I know.
Between
I
our
know.
picks,
and-
we'll go back and see players that were taken and kind of quickly talk about guys off the board as well.
Yeah.
I know Anthony.
Because there's definitely a lot of hype going around them first couple picks. We probably got to mention, like, what are you doing, Houston?
Yeah, we'll
So,
talk about that.
How do you work a trade? Like, how does that work? If a team like
Kyle can pause the draft at any point,
Oh,
or before we go
alright.
to a pick, you could be like, I would probably like to trade up at this point.
Yes.
all right, yeah, all right, we can do that.
Yeah, so if there's a
So,
guy who's might
does
be
it
on the
auto-
board that you don't want to
does
wait for, you
Does
might
it
wanna
auto?
move up or down.
Does it auto pick like the teams that are not?
Yeah.
picked? Okay.
Mhm. But yeah, like Dylan said, I can't pause this. Like if I make my pick, I can pause it real quick. If you want to look at the board to see if you want to move up or move back or something
Yeah.
like that, yeah, just let me know.
Okay.
The site's really cool. I just wish there was a way you could like share the link for all 4 of us, so we could all we could be scrolling
know,
looking through
yeah.
it. That's the only thing it's missing on this thing. If the programmers for this are listening, because they totally are, add that function in for next year.
Hey
Yeah.
Jake, man, be a correspondent, man. Be like, hey, we need this website.
I'll hit them up. I'll use my charm.
We're gonna literally do another mock draft, and it's gonna literally be like, here you go, Jake. My bad.
So Seahawks.
All
have
right.
the- Okay.
So, I mean, I guess looking at this, I'm assuming none of you want to move up. It's like the top 4 at this point.
I want to pick one.
What are you gonna give up for it?
I don't know.
Gonna pull Mike Ditka, trade everything to move up to like number 2, draft a running back.
You guys want Jamal Adams? Like, I don't want him.
Who wants Jamal Adams?
Hey,
No offense, he's a good player, bad contract, and
we'll let it run and see what happens here.
What are they doing with the first pick? It's gonna be Will Levis, CJ
Stroud, Anderson,
Oh, Stroud.
Carter, and Young.
All right, so
Okay.
let's look at the
Bryce
top.
Young's to the Colts. Wow.
Let's get the top picks here. All right, where are the thing go?
It's the
Yeah, you got
Graybar.
Stroll.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
So we got
Yeah,
Stroud,
that went
one to
one.
Carolina,
Oh, wow.
Anderson,
Wow.
Houston, Carter.
Yeah, they said they weren't taking the quarterback, Houston. So that's a,
Yeah, and then Bryce
Bryce
Young
Young.
to the Colts.
hmm.
I mean,
Do
I wouldn't be
here-
mad at that.
No, do we think Arizona's going to stand pat, or are they going to trade back? What do you think?
Man, I just have a feeling that like Tennessee's gonna trade up. I feel like there's just so much rumblings with all this quarterback news. It's like Tennessee likes Levis, Tennessee likes Stroud. And as much as we hear a lot of these guys projected to drop, I really don't feel like they will. Like at the end of the day, these are quarterbacks. These are the most important positions. And if you grade these guys, you know, in your first round, you probably should move up and not hope for a drop, because some of these later teams who think it could be a luxury to have one of these guys sit for a year or two, like, would do it. And then also on Arizona's point, you're not winning this year. Kyler Murray's not going to play for a while. Like, get as much capital as you can. Like, if you can fall back to 11 with like Tennessee, you know,
Get a couple.
get a
picks.
bunch of get a couple of picks, you know, draft more positional values. Like, you know, if you got to get a corner, you know, get another D lineman rather than draft one good position. That would be more of a luxury, because he'll be a lot better, but he'll be a lot better on a worse team. And by the time you're good, you'll probably have to pay him big money again.
Yeah, one thing too with the quarterbacks, just to add on for what Dylan said, is it's not even just how good the quarterbacks are. You have to take into account how drunk GMs get. I say drunk in quotations. Drunk GMs get when it comes to quarterbacks. Like, they overvalue quarterbacks. They're always going to go higher. And as we get closer to draft day, they go higher. I remember like Hendon Hooker was like a 3rd round, 4th round pick. Now he's projected to go in the 1st round. Like, it's just the GMs just can't help themselves, because they have to have a quarterback and they're going to reach. So I expect there to be a trade. I'll be curious to see how it goes. Who do you think goes number 1 before we go on to Seattle's pick? Or who would you pick number 1? How about that? Who would you pick between at number 1?
Man, if I would just have to say Bryce Young. I mean, you know, a lot of people have problems with this size. Will it work? I mean, there's been outliers in the league before. I would just have to go Bryce Young, because when you look at the film, I mean, he's definitely one of the better quarterbacks. If he's not 1, he's probably 2 when it comes to film. You look at that cognitive test, he tested really great at that. And it seems like he just really knows how to play the position well. The only problem is he just doesn't have the size for it. And that gives you some worries. But I feel like Carolina isn't in a horrible division. They won't be too far off. They have some decent offensive line pieces. They did a good job giving him weapons. Man, as long as he can probably stay protected, like, it seems like that's the best pick if we're talking about like just overall talent. I feel like it would have to be Bryce Young, but man, people get drunk on nostalgia. Like, I get worried about Anthony Richardson, you know, all this Will Levis news. Like, I think it's pretty fake, but you know, it still makes you think a little bit. And the odds change as much as they do. That doesn't make you feel comfortable. And then at the end of the day, like, CJ Stroud was literally the dude who everyone was having going 1st overall, and then like he tested bad, and now everyone's like, no more. But even before those tests came out, people were kind of dipping on CJ Stroud for what reasons. So it's going to be interesting to see. I would say Bryce Young though.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, with like all the quarterbacks, the top quarterbacks like Will Levis and Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, like, for the Carolina Panthers, it could really be right for any of those quarterbacks. Because think about that division: you have the Saints, you have the Falcons that are probably gonna go with Ritter, and then you have a question mark at that position at quarterback for Panthers. So they're kind of in that right division where it's not like the Packers post had Aaron Rodgers and they're going to run the division. It's kind of open division. So, I mean, obviously, yeah, I mean, you want to make sure that quarterback's in the right position to win. And like Dylan said, Panthers have a good O-line. I don't know much about the receivers, the Panthers. I know they traded with DJ Moore to the Chicago, so that was their top receiver. But, yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean, any quarterback that goes to this team in that division is kind of a fair game. I say Saints kind of have the upper hand because they have that veteran quarterback. But other than that, they got Michael Thomas and Olave, but other than that, I mean, it's a fair
Baker Mayfield
division.
Baker Mayfield the Buck. All I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
Tampa in division right too, right? Tampa.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot about Tampa. So they're open too. Tom Brady's not there, so it's kind of open. I forgot about Tampa. Yep. And Baker Mayfield. So I feel like Saints going to go number 1, and at the 2, it's going to be probably the Buccaneers because of Baker. But at 3 and 4, it's like those quarterbacks are right in the right to like kind of uplift that team, whoever it is. So
That
but
division.
I want Bryce Young. I want Bryce Young. I'm to go number 1. Like Kyle said, or not. Sorry, Dylan said that the size, he's 5'10", kind of measure that same as Kyler Murray. But who knows, man? He can be better than Kyler Murray. We don't know. That's why before we go into this, like, just draft is so unknown. Like, we don't know if these QBs are going to be even good. I mean, they should be on paper, but who knows? So I mean, everyone kind of was not happy when they drafted Justin Fields, and now he's like the top guy in Chicago as a quarterback. So, I mean, who knows?
Well, for me, for probably most of this process, I thought C.J. Stroud would be the number 1 guy. To be honest with you, I flipped back to Bryce Young now. I think with Carolina, if they were to come out of this with Bryce Young as their quarterback, I could very easily see the Panthers winning that division next year. I know you got, I know you have Derek Carr with the Saints. You got Baker Mayfield and some names at Tampa Bay, although they still have their own issues down there. You got the Falcons with Ritter, who were really active in, free agency, but I still think there's a big question mark with Ritter as the starting quarterback. I could see the Panthers being a 9-win team and being just good enough to win that division. But I would go Bryce Young.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think Bryce Young would be in a position to win right away because Carolina's got a great defense, and I think Frank Reich can formulate an offense with him that would be successful enough to win that division.
Yeah, I'm kind of similar to Kyle. I've gone back and forth. At first, I was really heavy on C.J. Stroud, but I think Young's the better player. Again, his intangibles and everything and his game knowledge, I think, is what's going to put him over the top. You see a lot of comparisons between him and Drew Brees, and as a Saints fan, I mean, I can't just look at that and take it as like no big deal. I think Carolina would be a good fit for him. I think he would do really well there. That division is trash. There's not a good team in that division. Even like I'm pretty low on the Saints, even with Derek Carr. It's not going to be no team that's coming out. It's going to be great. So Carolina definitely can make some movement. They have a great head coach. They just need to get a couple little extra weapons to help him out. But I think Bryce Young should be the first overall pick.
All right. So before we get going with the draft again, Anthony has a recommendation for you, Dylan. Trade back.
Trade back.
I mean, you are on the clock.
No, I'm not gonna trade back.
Yeah, he does have a point. Panthers did say they knew who they were going to pick, but now it's a waiting game. So it's like that is true.
Well, and that's smart.
If you have the number 1 pick, you should know who you're taking at this point. It should not be a mystery.
If you're trading up for the
mystery as far
pick,
as for us to know,
Not only if you have the first pick, if you're trading up, if you're trading all that capital, you damn well better.
You had to do it for one
before
person.
You make the trade. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right, Dylan, you're on the clock at number 5. Where would you like to go with this one?
I'm going to go Tyree Wilson. I was flirting with the idea of Anthony Richardson, and I did like the concept, but I'm just not down for spending a 5th-round pick on him. I would be more willing to spend that 20th pick on maybe trying to get Hendon Hooker if he doesn't go later rather than Anthony Richardson because, Seattle's in place where they do have a quarterback. They do have some earlier draft picks that can come up to try to take that position need. I just don't think you waste your 5th pick in a chance where you could potentially win the division. You don't know what's going on with, San Francisco and their quarterback issues. Is Trey Lance going to play? Brock Purdy going to play? You don't really know what's going to go on there. So Seattle has a legitimate chance to win the division. And I think when you look at that 5th overall pick, you probably would have liked Will Anderson, probably would have liked Jalen Carter, but Tyree Wilson is someone who's been mocked there a lot of times. Edge is a big need. He's a project player. Seattle's that type of team that likes frame guys, 6'7", like 280. That's the Seattle type of guy. I feel like with the proper coaching, he can be very good. He's not really great when it comes to, sacking and tackling, at least in the run game, but he's like a pressures machine. He will pressure the quarterback like crazy. And, it's gonna be really good. Just a lot better than taking Anthony Richardson at 5. I did like the cornerbacks. Devin Witherspoon, someone that's Seattle's been keeping their tabs up on a lot, but I think, edge is the biggest need. If Wilson didn't go at 5, he was going to go at 6. So
It was a good pick. That's the right pick.
I will say for Detroit and the Raiders, I feel like those would be 2 solid picks as well. I think Witherspoon in Detroit, they traded Okudah, bringing Witherspoon makes too much sense. Raiders, you brought in Jimmy G. We know with his injury history, protect him as much as you can. You get Skoronski, makes sense. So now looking at Atlanta here at 8.
I actually think we had Skoronski going to the Raiders last week when we did our first round mock.
I think we did, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so maybe we are onto something. So looking at Atlanta, I mean, yeah, you
Peter,
could go.
get your Vegas jersey ready.
Right. I mean, Atlanta could go a few ways. Like I said, they've been really active in free agency. They did bring in Okudah, like we said, from Detroit, who gives them another guy in the back end. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be mad if they doubled up and went corner here.
If I'm Atlanta, and again, I'm saying this as someone who hates Atlanta, Christian Gonzalez would be a fantastic. If he fell to 8, that'd be a fantastic pickup for them. He's my favorite corner in the draft between him and Witherspoon. He's very physical. He seems to be really smart, great athleticism. I think he's going to be fantastic wherever he goes.
Yeah, I mean, you put him across from, AJ Terrell, or if you want to, I guess probably like move Okudah maybe inside, like a slot type.
Okudah would be a slot. Gonzalez is like 6'1".
Yep.
He's
that's what I'm saying.
On the outside.
Yeah, Gonzalez would be opposite Terrell, which I feel like is a big need because most teams, you throw at AJ Terrell every once in a while, but you don't really target him because the other corner usually is such a weak point. So yeah, I mean, if you guys are in agreement, I say
Gonzalez is a great pick. Great pick.
We go for a little bit till we get to you.
Right,
Kyle's.
I just want to see what happened.
Lucas Van Ness 10. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Will Levis.
I mean that makes a lot.
That's smart.
He went to Houston. Oh wow.
Oh wow.
The ultimate project.
But they had 2 first round early picks for Houston. Or they had that second.
Yeah, they have 2 and 12. Wow. Yeah. I think Houston would be happy with that.
Dude, no, if Houston walks away with those 2 players, they're pumped. They're screaming. That's a great day
I
one
think
draft.
If you're Tennessee as well too, you're screaming. You're like, we didn't have to trade up for this any of the quarterbacks. We got the dude we're probably the highest on.
Yeah, Levis fell to what, 11? Yeah, they're okay.
And then Nolan Smith.
Texans got their defense and offense well.
Wow, that was crazy. Sometimes when the CPU drafts, it gets a little
that could really
iffy,
happen, right? That could really happen. That's nice.
DeMeco Ryans would be like,
totally
he'd be smiling in his chair if this happened.
He was like, I arguably got the best defensive player, and then maybe with Anthony Richards' upside, arguably the best quarterback in the class as well. Yeah, you have both highest upside players, offense and defense.
Yep.
And then Green Bay getting Nolan Smith.
I like it.
I like Nolan
I
Smith.
hate that he did so good at the combine because before he was a late first round pick and I wanted the Saints to get him. I'm going to bring that up every time because I fell in love with his game.
Yeah. I mean, we did say with Van Ness because a lot of people are saying that's a spot where Bijan Robinson could go to Philly.
Yep.
For them to go Van Ness.
But I've seen a lot of people mock Van Ness to Philly though before.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I'm a little down on Lucas Van Ness. I think he gets a lot of his hype, like a Tyree Wilson in a way. It's just like, you performed pretty decent at the combine. You're like 6'5". You got the frame of like a pretty good edge rusher. And, he doesn't have as much film as you would like. So I'm a little down on him. I probably still want Bijan, but 10's high for Van Ness, but he definitely could go 10. He could go like 6.
Yeah, he could. I mean, who knows with some of these guys? All right, so
As long
looking
as
at
Seattle doesn't draft him, leave him alone.
all right, so looking at the Patriots here at 14. I could go
Jackson
several ways
Smith.
with this one because
Jackson Smith sitting right there.
he
Yeah, that's
Jones
seems
tempting.
like
being
a
receiver.
Patriots type receiver,
He
but
does.
Belichick hates taking wide receivers in the first round.
But what has that done well for Belichick, though?
Exactly. So I think the
I mean, he
pressure,
did take N'Keal Harry, but
Yeah,
and
but
I,
one
and
time
I
he
feel like
did.
that ruined it for everybody because that was such a miss. But I do think
he's
with
like, we'll
Robert
take Cole
Kraft
Strange.
putting some pressure on Belichick, he might actually take JSN here. Joey Porter is in play because Belichick loves like players who, dads played in the league as well. Even though Joey Porter was a Steeler and all that, but I see Porter as a corner that would fit. He's a real physical guy on the outside. He's a little bit big on the bigger side. I think he's like 6'1", I believe. So he would fit. I mean, they like to go with tackle, especially from Georgia, although Isaiah Wynn didn't necessarily work out for them. I know Darnell Wright is moving up a lot of boards. I'm gonna go JSN. Like I said, I think
That's the
okay.
right pick.
I think
That's
the
right.
Robert Kraft involvement in this offseason maybe changes the draft philosophy. And also, weirdly enough, I don't think Belichick likes taking Penn State guys anyway. Just one of the weird quirks of, his draft board. But he loves Ohio State. So I'll go JSN.
That's a great pick. That's definitely what your Patriots
Mac
need.
Jones got a new number 1.
Yep.
That's going to be good.
All right, so Seahawks are back on the board. Let's see what's happened since then. All right, so Broderick Jones went to the Jets. Makes sense. You're bringing in old man
Porter-
Rodgers.
Porter went to Washington. That'd be cool to see. I like that.
Well, Anthony, since you're here, what do you feel about Porter Jr. to the Commanders? And I think he's saying get Murphy. Darnell Wright to the Steelers. Okay. Oh, well, Murphy went to Detroit. I mean, okay. And
That's a good
Banks to
pick.
Tampa Bay. Yeah, Detroit took who with their first pick?
They took
Witherspoon.
Witherspoon.
Witherspoon, and then coming back with Murphy.
That's pretty good.
That's not a bad haul for
Well,
them.
if I'm Washington, if I get Porter, I'm pretty happy. That secondary needs some help.
All right, so Anthony said most of the mock drafts I saw Porter or Banks going to Washington. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, Porter would fit in
Oh, it'd be great. It'd be
perfect in
great.
Washington. All right, Dylan, you're on the clock here once again. Are you entertaining trade offers, or do you have your eye on a guy?
I'm probably entertaining trade offers. I'm not a. Is Zay Flowers still on the board?
He is.
He is. I think I'm gonna go Zay Flowers here.
I'm about to say, interesting thing here is if you tried to trade back, there's a certain team sitting there.
Well, I'm thinking.
They got OBJ. They don't need another wide receiver.
I mean,
Mm,
well, let's see the offers that you were given.
okay.
I mean,
Well,
seventh.
that's-
I mean, that's embarrassing. I mean, that's not really much of anything either. Okay,
Well, now I gotta pick.
unless you want to create your own trade offer and see.
Nah. Actually, man. I think I'm gonna go Brian Branch here. I like the idea of a receiver. I really like Zay Flowers, but he kind of is the same build as Tyler Lockett, and I just don't know where he would fit into the offense right now. There's not any really bigger type of receivers. Jordan Addison's interesting. Quentin Johnston is interesting, but none of those guys really jump off the board and make me think they're worth that 20th overall pick.
Anthony Price, I don't think we're going to ruin a receiver's career because we have Todd Monken in town. So I don't know how we can kill a receiver's career. But I'm going to get to my pick, though. So
Marquise Brown 2.0.
So you're taking Branch.
Yes, I'm going to take Branch. Seattle's had, like I said, when I was making jokes about Jamal Adams, Seattle does need depth at safety. We have Julian Love and Jamal Adams as our 2 safeties this season,
And
you know,
Adams is
Julian
going to
Love
get hurt.
Yeah, Julian Love hasn't been proven when he played with New York. He's been decent. He was a good signing, not a great signing, but a good signing. You just need more depth in that area. Brian Bridge is someone who isn't good over the top. He's kind of more of a Jamal Adams type of play, but overall, I feel like you just need depth in that position. You know, probably not how you would like the board to play out. As a Seattle fan, but got to get what you get.
Branch also brings versatility because I think he can play some corner as well. And I mean, depending on what you need, that's always valuable to have. So Quentin Johnston went to the Chargers right after you.
Mhm.
Baltimore, you're on the clock.
Yeah, I think
Are you entertaining it?
this
I'm
is
assuming
going to
you're
be,
trade.
huh?
I said, are you entertaining a trade or you just?
I'm thinking I'm going to do well. How does the trade work stuff? I want to do like give away like my 124th pick, right? And like my 150.
These are the offers that you have. If you wanted to make your own, then yeah, you would offer whatever you wanted.
So I would reject that, and I want to do something else.
You can't trade for players, so don't think you can just throw D-Hop on there. Yeah, nice try. I veto
So
that.
I'm just gonna pick my pick. I'm gonna do my pick and no trades.
Okay.
Since I can't do the
D-Hop.
player.
No D-Hop for you.
I'm gonna do the best wide receiver on the board right now, Jordan Addison, on 22. Because I was either torn between, because this is interesting because they can either go receiver, they can draft up, they can draft down, or my option was gonna be Quentin Johnson, trade back and get him. But I was gonna either do Jordan Addison, Zay Flowers, or the 2 Maryland cornerbacks or Porters off the board, but the dude from Maryland,
He's gone too.
Thanks, but he's gone too.
Oh, he's going too. So yeah, so my best option is probably is going to be Jordan Addison off the board.
That's a good pick.
Fair enough. Yeah, good route runner. Not Marquise Brown 2.0.
Okay, Saints are up. Let's hold off on that
Yeah,
now.
let's look and see what we got.
Oh man.
Oh man.
So Zay Flowers to Minnesota,
Damn.
playing off of
trade.
Justin Jefferson.
Thank God I took my player, man.
Forbes to Jacksonville.
I like that. They need corner
Yep.
help.
Torrance to the Giants.
Man, do you think they would
Yeah.
almost go for a receiver to help out Daniel Jones?
I mean,
I heard they're going corner. I heard they're more favored to pick corner than receiver.
That's what
right
I've
now
heard
at
too.
that
But
pick.
you would think they would want to go with a receiver to help them out.
Agreed.
'Cause that wide receiver
I'm
core
sorry.
was
I'm
so
sorry,
bad.
but you have what? Sterling Shepard, Isaiah Hodgins. Did they sign anybody this free
I don't-
agency?
Not
I don't
no one
think-
that stands out to me
Yeah.
that I can recall. If I can't think of it, then
I mean, I wonder
Yeah,
if
man.
Forbes didn't go to Jacksonville, would the Giants have taken him?
maybe.
Because after Forbes, you get like Smith, Ringo, and maybe feels like that's too high to take them.
Yeah,
here.
you would want to trade back if you're going for one of those dudes.
Got Kincaid to the Bengals.
I like that actually. I like that. That'd be a
Jack
good fit.
Campbell going to Buffalo is interesting. Oh, not sure if I like that when Bijan Robinson's
I
literally
don't
sitting
know.
on the
Why would
board.
Buffalo not take Robinson?
Or Cincinnati. It's like you're not going to have Joe Mixon much longer, probably. You know, he's probably going to get into trouble with something. Like, you know, Bijan Robinson sitting right there. Jamar Gibbs is sitting right there. And you were like, yeah, no.
Anthony said, "I'm surprised Mayer's still on the board."
If Bijan Robinson's still on the board at literally
anything can
30,
happen.
29, anything's possible.
Let's see the trades. I just want to, for entertainment value, just want to see what's going up there. I'm probably not going to take it given how this.
Offers, we got.
No, that's garbage. I don't want that.
I mean, that's a lot.
That's a lot of picks. I would make
The Rams were like, we want Bijan. Screw Cam Akers.
I'd think on it, but let's see what the next one is. 3, 4, 5. I mean, there's some decent ones there. I'm going to take Bijan. Like, the Saints need help at running back. Kamara has been in the league for a while. He's probably going to be suspended. He's not an every down back. He's more for catching and versatility. I mean, the fact that he's here at 20, I would have been happy if Gibbs was available. I'd be thinking real hard about taking Gibbs at 29 for the Saints. They need help at running back. They haven't really had I love Kamara, but he's not a traditional running back. And so getting Robinson will definitely help that backfield out a whole lot more. And the Saints, there's no way this actually happens and he falls past Buffalo and Cincinnati. But for this case, I'm taking it's not happening. But for this draft, I'm going to take the W and I'm going to take Bijan Robinson.
All right.
Interesting.
So we got
A
Seattle.
little running
back.
back competition. Like, who was their backup running back, Jake?
They had they've
Jamal
shuffled
Williams
their
now. It's
roster.
Jamal
Yeah,
Williams.
but they got Jamal Williams. That's right. So excited.
Oh,
I
from
am
the
pretty
Lions,
happy
right?
about. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really happy.
You'd
about
have to
Jamal.
think about like doing something with Kamara, like moving on from him. If you got Jamal Williams, Bijan Robinson, that's the running backs you need right there.
I thought he had like a legal battle he's dealing with right now.
Yeah, he's gonna probably
Yeah.
get suspended.
Yeah, and that's the other reason why
That's a good pick
you
for
take
Bijan.
Robinson, absolutely. And Kamara, he still has trade value because when he has a good quarterback,
I heard the Eagles
you-
want to get him or Bijan. I heard they want to get. They're pushing for Njigma too.
Yeah, there's no way he falls to 29.
Yeah.
All right,
He's supposed to be a late round running back too, so he moved up the draft boards as well.
some notable names here. Hyatt to the Colts, Ringo to Cardinals, Smith to
Kelly
Pittsburgh.
Ringo to the Cardinals. I like King Smith.
The Chiefs
Honestly,
getting
Smith to Houston's
McDonald.
interesting too. I'm like, dang. Houston's having a kind of a fire draft right now.
They're having a really good draft. Granted, this isn't real, and they'll probably find a way to dork it up. But
I feel
if
like
I'm
the
a
Ravens.
Houston fan, this would be great.
I feel like the Ravens like EDC, like he found his way to get more picks somehow. I don't know how he does it, but it's gonna be really interesting to see what we do at 22 if we.
You are them right now. Try to
No, but I'm saying I don't know how.
trade a group up.
I'm not sure. We have a history of like getting more picks. Somehow that's true. So
Hey, try to work out a trade.
I did, but you can't look up a player name. So
You can trade more than players. You just trade draft capital.
Trade your next 18 first round draft pick, since all of this is fake.
All right, Dylan, your Seahawks are on the board once again.
I am. Go to the inside O lineman. I
All
want to
right.
see who's here. I'm pretty sure none of the dudes I want are gone. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna take one of these 3-0 linemen between Schmitz, Avila, and Tittman. Tittman's been getting a lot of hype lately, but I think the dude I'm gonna go here is Steve Avila. As much as I like John Michael Schmitz, I've been watching just tape on Steve Avila, and he's someone who could play guard center. Create a good young trio with Abraham Lucas and Charles Cross. He can play center, which is more of something that we need. I think Tittman can also be really good at a center, but I do just like Avila's play style more, and I think he can fit Seattle's offensive a lot better. So I think I'd go Steve Avila here. You got to beef up that offensive line. Your offensive line's still going to be on a fairly cheap contract for a little bit. You don't got to pay your tackles big money for 4 years. You don't got to pay your guard now money for 5 years. And plus, you already have a fairly decent guard in Gabe Jackson already there and a veteran. So I think overall you would really be kind of almost set at offensive line. Just hope to have a good progression. So I think it'd be good for Seattle to take any 3 of those guys.
If the Raiders and Carolina work this out, the next 2 picks, if the Raiders got Hendon Hooker here, more power to them. I would love that. And then Jameer gets to Carolina. That's a really good pick.
Hendon Hooker we'll move on to my pick, but the Hendon Hooker to the Raiders is the perfect landing spot for him because Jimmy G's there. He's going to be able to mentor him. He doesn't have the ego where he's worried about a guy taking his job. He can sit for the year to rehab. Pretty quarterback friendly offense he's going to run. I think it fits great. I think that's great.
For Anthony's question, who got Cam Smith? The Steelers did.
Steelers did. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Let's see who's all on the board.
Here we go. Let's go all. Here.
Michael Mayer's still here? Why?
I don't know.
The Saints
Very
didn't really help
interesting.
at tight end. Check out the D lineman and then the edge rush. Those are the 2 positions that the Saints are recruiting for. I want to see who's available.
Keanu Benton.
And then let's see who's on the edge. Oof. Okay.
Decent picks.
So the Northwestern guy, Adebawe, I'm butchering his name. So he's fantastic. He had a fantastic combine, really jumped up
Mhm.
on a lot of people's boards. I'm leaning towards him or on the D lineman, Thule from USC. I've been a huge fan of everything that he has. I know it's a little early. He's rated at 60, but the Saints interior needs some help. I don't really like what they did. They can get ran on a lot, and I've just fallen in love with Thule this whole time. He's not going to be there at 71. So I'm gonna take Thule at a USC with my pick here. I think he's going to do a fantastic job. He's a great athlete, and he's going to do a lot of good stuff. And yeah, I'm happy. If the Saints get him, I'm going to be very happy.
We're the
So I was about
Falcons.
to say-
What's up?
Mayer went to Green Bay. I was like, I feel like Mayer's going to go somewhere in here.
That's a good fit too. That's a good place because Green Bay's tight end room is pretty poor.
Yeah, who is their tight end there?
No.
You could
Not
argue
Robert
worse
Tonyan
than
anymore. He's on like the Jets.
Yeah, I don't even know who their tight ends are.
Exactly. So draft Michael Mayer if he's there.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Schmitz to Tennessee, and Johnson, the safety at the A&M, goes to the Jets.
I like Antonio Johnson. He was someone that I thought we could go in the first round, and then
he's good. Let's see what punters are available for the Falcons. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I can't help myself. I didn't do it for the first round. I couldn't help myself.
Yeah, I think I got a third round. I don't got a second round. I got a third round pick.
So looking
I think
at
yeah. I was going to say, with the Falcons, you can take any 4 of those edge rushers and
Yeah.
probably be set.
And be
I'd probably
healthy.
go between Abdafe or BJ Ojolari before I'd go between the other two. I think Keon White, he's still very raw as an edge rusher, and he's like 25. So it's like, man, when are you going to get there? He's still great. Like, he's good, but it's just like you kind of haven't hit that bump yet. And I think that's for a team where you have some good coaching to try to get him there. And I don't think that would be the Falcons right now. I think Adafe or Ojolari.
Yeah, I like. Again, the names are hard, but the Northwestern edge rusher, he's going to be great.
Right.
He's going to be great.
Yeah,
I think that's a good
that'd be
pick.
my pick.
Yep, I agree.
Attaboy. Woohoo.
yeah. I mean, I was gonna go edge, and I mean, sway me. I'll go with the Northwestern guy.
Patriots.
All right, let's see. I feel like
That's a Bill Belichick move. Drop back a few places and pick up a 6th or
Pick up
7th
sixth
round
or
draft
seventh.
pick.
He
Yeah.
said, I can draft all these D3 guys now.
that's not much value there. No.
Maybe the
Definitely
first.
not with the Jets. Raiders, there's a connection, but no.
There's some first rounders that are being thrown out there for next year's draft that could be pretty tempting.
This would not be bad. Let me see the board. So if I move back 11 spots,
You really have to look at who you're looking in this range, and do you think they could still be there? Because picking up a 6th and 7th, you could get some decent guys to fill out the back end of your roster.
I mean, I'm going wide receiver first. I'd probably go defense here. All right. Got Washington, Detroit. I might take that Giants deal. Okay.
It would be very Bill.
Be careful,
Bill
Kyle.
Belichick.
Whoever you want, I might take them.
It's gonna.
That's all I'm not going to say. Who I'm thinking. All right.
Screw you, Kyle. Take the guy you want.
I would,
you.
yeah, I would take this one. Belichick loves late round picks. So
Oh, you can get some value for that for sure. For sure. They got Turner.
yeah.
Yeah, see, I get all the picks, man.
Yeah.
So say, Jordan,
It's what you get when you trade your franchise. It's what you get when you trade your franchise quarterback.
All right, so where are you?
Josh
Downs went to Green Bay.
God, Green Bay's doing good. And they said
Saquon-
sorry. They said sorry, Aaron Rodgers. We didn't give you any of this help when you were here. We're gonna draft Jordan Love 2 offensive weapons with our
Yeah,
first
I
3
hope
picks.
They should. DeJuan Jones to Washington. So Anthony.
Good draw.
He did Meyer fail a test or something?
Something.
Oh, yeah, something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he fell as far as he did.
I saw on Twitter
We're
that
gonna say in this alternative reality that like he punched a baby before the draft and he fell.
See, I saw on Twitter that see, like it's confusing because like Twitter, like now Elon Musk, people are paying $8 to get a blue check mark. So I'm not sure whether it's true or not, but I saw like apparently Jackson Smith, the wide receiver wore like a weed jacket, like a cannabis jacket, and like I don't know if it's a rumor, I don't know if it's like a funny post, but I think they said his draft stocks.
If that
His draft
happens and
stock.
he falls to 14,
They said
I'm not mad at Belichick takes him because I don't think JSN would be there.
But I don't think that's a true. I don't know.
That's
It
probably
was like a
not.
cannabis jacket. You felt, but
Weed
things
is
is
legal.
coming. The draft is in
Weed
2
is
days.
legal in Massachusetts. That's not that big of a deal. They don't care.
Yeah, I just saw something on Twitter about that. Oh, and by the way, Bunkero won Rookie of the Year in NBA.
That was an obvious one.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
congrats to him. He earned it.
Washington to Detroit, like that move. Simpson to Pittsburgh, okay.
Like that.
Tippmann to Miami.
I like Joe Tippmann to Miami. I think Joe Tippmann's really good.
All right, Seattle. What you got going on?
What's those wide receivers looking like? And I'd have to go Cedric Tillman right here. Cedric Tillman is, it's hard drafting these Tennessee receivers when you get to Hyatt and Tillman, but Tillman's one of those bigger guys that would kind of fit more of what Seattle's looking for. It's the reason I avoided Zay Flowers because I thought like he kind of is just a little bit smaller than Tyler Lockett, so I wasn't sure, how well he would fit into this Seattle type of offense. But Tillman's a little bit on the taller side. He's a little bit bigger. I feel like he'd be a nice complementary piece towards DK Metcalf. Seattle's offense, at least when it comes to receivers, isn't really a lot of special route running. It's like, we're going to get you open in space and we're just going to have a dude chuck you the ball and hopefully you can get it, is more of Seattle's passing offense. But Tillman's one of those dudes who's a lot bigger. He has good speed for his size. I think he'd be a good receiver there. I also like Marvin Mims a lot. I wanted to take Mims, but
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't go with the Oklahoma guy.
I wanted to go Mims, but Tillman's someone that could go at like early second, so I had to,
This
get
would be
the positional value.
That
This would
first
be
round draft
enticing.
pick next year, because Anthony Richardson's probably not going to be playing, or if he is playing, he's going to be that project. That's going to be like a top 5 pick next year.
This
Like
thing
obviously
could
for the
trade
show, you want to
everything
get your
back.
second round pick here, but if you saw that in real life, you have to think twice on getting a top 5 pick. And if you have to look at it too, if your guy Mac Jones doesn't work out and Houston has the number 1 pick,
Caleb Williams.
You get your Caleb Williams?
I'd be cheering for the Patriots a little bit. Caleb Williams on the Pats.
like
Caleb
Man,
Williams,
man, I'd be
Jackson
thinking
Smith, and
that
Jigba.
trade would keep me up all night when I
Yeah.
saw it. Let's put it that way.
Hypothetically, you don't have to accept the
Drop
trade,
in
but
the
hypothetically, we
3-7.
all know you would accept the trade.
I mean, I may still take it, but
Yeah,
I'll
you couldn't
hold
pick-
off.
You couldn't pick Caleb Williams in this mock draft
I know, right?
next year.
So yeah, I would say because of that first round pick, I would definitely take that. But here, I would go. This is the guy I was looking at, Julius Brents
Brents.
at the corner. Position that they do still kind of need, even though, they have Jalen Mills, but Jalen Mills might factor into the safety position group next year. I don't know, but Belichick loves having like 4 or 5 corners out in the field at one time, so wouldn't hurt to get another guy in the cornerback room. Him,
Brents is
the
Brents
two
is a
Jones.
smaller guy.
A lot of them are small corners,
Yeah,
so
Yeah, but he's pretty good. He's pretty quick for his size.
Yeah.
He's small, but he likes to throw his body weight at people. And it's like, okay, but hey, man, it works. He's someone I've been seeing people mock into the set like late first round, like even early second. So I think you got to steal for him.
So Dallas didn't take Meyer in the first round. They took Laporta out of Iowa here. Buffalo didn't take Bijan in the first round. They went Charbonnet.
They didn't even take Jamar Gibbs either.
Right. Sanders to Cincinnati.
I like
Phillips third to Chicago.
that. I love that. I think Clark Phillips is like one of the better cornerbacks in this draft.
The dude from A&M. I remember him going to Philly.
Fast. Devin Ashane's fast.
Mock to Chicago. Bergeron, Kansas City. Tank Dell to Houston. I mean, Houston.
I
too.
like Tank Dell, but he's like 5'8",
I know.
like 160 pounds. It's like, I
Uh,
get it, you're fast, but you're gonna get hit and die.
Hey, just tell him to get down. Get as
Yeah.
many yards as you can. Just get down. We'll be okay with that. Miller out of TCU, I love him. You know, him going to Arizona. I'm not mad at that.
Learn under James Conner.
Yeah.
You know, not have time to learn that system. That seems like a very Arizona type pick. It gives me like Keontae Ingram vibes.
Mm-hmm. Then Trice, Zavala, Diaby, McGuire rounded out. And now we have Jake back on the clock here with the Saints.
Let's see the trades first, real quick. Let's see what we got. No, that's nothing that's standing out. No, that's garbage. No. That one I might do just because it's moving back
Yes,
2
yeah,
spots.
You're literally moving down 2 spots.
Yeah.
You
Let's see
still
what
get to
else.
pick before anybody.
3, and then is that the last one? Yeah, let's take that Houston trade. I'll take that trade. I'll drop down 2 spots.
I'll take 3 more picks. Thank you.
All right, so who went? Who did I miss out on? Oh, cool.
Steen
And Young.
Young. B.
Cool.
Young, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Cool. I'm going to take a BJ Ojulari from LSU. He's a good edge rusher, decent athlete, tested fairly well. Getting him this late in the draft is going to be really helpful. The Saints need help with the edge rush, and I think he fits pretty good. He had I think 7 sacks or something like that. I've had my eye on him for a little bit as a guy that could go probably second or third round for the Saints, and I'm pretty happy if that's who we get.
All right. So Williams, the linebacker at Tulane, went to Cleveland. Now I got Atlanta and New England back to back here. So for Atlanta, I went corner at 8, edge 44.
I'd probably go defensive line here, like a lineman.
I mean, they brought in Campbell.
I
They
like
have Jarrett.
Siaki.
Yeah, they need.
Yeah,
they need
I
a
like
younger guy
Siaki,
to-
I like him a
or
lot.
Gavon Dexter. Both of those are really good picks. I do. I think I probably. I don't know. I like both of them actually pretty well. Might have leaned towards Dexter, but I like both a lot.
I
think
was going to say,
Dexter.
I feel like the Falcons love getting SEC guys because it's
Well, yeah,
SEC
I was going to say
country.
Florida's going to keep them. Is that closer than Baylor? I don't know if Texas is necessarily closer.
But it's a guy that they would have seen, Georgia, Florida. So,
No, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah,
getting on
I-
Dexter.
Dexter seems like a fit for
I
Atlanta.
go Dexter here.
Patriots.
Drop one pick and then pick up another pick.
I love how every time I'm
this
here,
is-
it's like
this is Bill
6-7
Belichick.
offers here.
Like Kyle's not going to have any 3rd, 4th, 5th round picks. He's just going to have like 13
I
sixths.
mean, Houston, what are you doing to me here?
You have to take. They really want to give you their first round draft
I
pick,
mean,
don't
They said Caleb Williams is yours. Have him. And they said Davis Mills to the promised land.
I mean, depending on Jordan Love. Yeah. I mean, that one. Who are the Rams looking at here? Just one pick up. Like, who do they think I'm taking?
You have to, if you have 2 players that you really like, you just take that draft pick and you take that trade rather and just
Yeah.
if one of those guys is gone, you just
I
Oh,
kind of
well.
want to see what the Rams want to take it.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Who are the Rams wanting that bad? Oh, that rush out of Kansas State. Fair enough.
I can see that. I can see that.
Now I kind of want
That's
to
just
see
a
what
position of need. So, maybe they thought you were going to try to, trade back with someone who could take him. They're going to offer you this is like Green Bay going to offer you a trade to just move back 1 spot again.
That Bears one might be pretty
I
good
mean-
next year. A first and a second.
Yeah, I probably would take that one too.
Man. You're getting all the first rounders.
I mean, I know we're not doing next year's draft, but I mean, let's be honest here. That's a no-brainer to me.
Yep.
Okay, Chicago took Reed out of Michigan State, wide receiver.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so let's see. So Reed, Smith, the other safety out of Georgia, went to Green Bay. Bennett to Colts. Pickens, Pittsburgh. Bigsby from Auburn to Detroit. Johnson, the other running back out of Texas, goes to Tampa Bay. Okay.
The Colts took my cornerback, man.
Hey, man.
Colts.
They're not waiting for you.
Fuck.
He said,
See?
well,
That could
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
That could happen in the Ravens.
you're
war
almost
room.
there. I wasn't gonna take him too. I'm probably leaning towards
'Cause
the
it-
corner, but I wasn't gonna
Because
take him.
Baltimore likes the Maryland homegrown cornerback. So
All right.
yeah, I gotta go back.
Seattle, what are you looking at?
I'm looking at Tyreek Stevenson down there. Seattle does need some corner help. We're kind of addressing our secondary with getting Brian Branch. But, you got Tariq Woolen on one side, and he's a pretty tall cornerback, pretty fast, and that's kind of what Tariq Stevenson is. He's a little bit smaller. He has a little more, at least when it comes to, like, actual man coverage, he's a lot better. I wouldn't say a lot better, but I would say man in zone, he's a little more polished. Tariq Woolen gets a lot of his, like, plays because he's just fast and big for the quarterback. You should probably be playing receiver. But I think Tyreek Stevenson would be a great piece next to him. Get someone in that cornerback room, kind of solidify your 1 and 2s. You got some young players that you look at that slot position. You still have Kobe Bryant there, who was a second round or third, I can't remember, round pick corner for you guys last year out of Cincinnati, who was really good. I feel you get that secondary locked up. Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let's see who went.
Baltimore.
So Stevenson. So we got Brown to Miami, McBride. So back-to-back running backs there to Miami and the Chargers.
Oh, man. I wanted McBride. I was hoping he would drop one more round.
All right, Baltimore. You're on
All
the
right.
clock. You took Jordan Addison with your first round pick. So
Mhm.
now sitting at 86, where are you going with this one?
Okay, let me go back to my. So I'm gonna go. I think Baltimore is going to go. I see. Can you see if check DN's defensive end? They're gonna go defense here, and look for Ohio State Zach Harrison.
Yeah, Zach
He's
Harrison.
right there.
That's
Yep.
a good pick.
That's a good pick.
Because Harrison, he's 6'5", 225 pounder. He's a defender. They protect. I think he's an outside linebacker, but in Baltimore's defense. But they can also experiment in the Calais Campbell hole to groom him into that role. He had 3.5 sacks and one interception last season. And he did stress in his pre-draft conversation that his best football is ahead of him. So, I think if he's on the board, they're gonna do that.
Yeah, I like the pick.
A lot of picks happened here, so I gotta catch up with all this. All right, Ajomo, Minnesota. Let's see, Saldiveri, Skinner,
Ooh,
Rush to
I like that
Dallas,
pick.
Ricks to Cincinnati, Jones to Carolina, Washington, Penn State wide receiver to Kansas City. Then
That'd be good. I like that.
So with Scott from Cincinnati.
Tucker Kraft to Washington's a good pickup too. He dropped
Yep.
pretty well.
Yep.
You get to the
Ika,
Browns. That's a Browns pick.
Jordan Battle to San Francisco.
Marvin
there goes-
Mims to the
goes Mims.
Bears. Ooh,
Okay.
I like that. I like
Bears
that.
got a little fun receiving core. DJ Moore, Chase Claypool, Marvin Mims, Cole Kmet. Okay.
Sweet. See what-
That's a fun receiver room.
Spears to Houston.
Page got Njigma first round.
Yeah.
I sure did.
Nice.
Let's see. Robinson.
Kyle has a big smile on his face, man.
I already
Atlanta's
said.
got 2 picks coming.
Some boards have Njigma onto the Ravens. This draft is so
See, Yeah, the
uncertain.
receivers, it just depends. Like, I
where they
do
fall.
think Njigba will be the first receiver
Mhm.
gone, and I do think he will be taken by the Texans. And if he's not,
Texas like the second pick they have.
the 12th pick.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
the
12th
12th
overall
pick. Yeah,
pick.
second
feel like that's where he should be. He should go, or the Packers, like that 12 through 16
Well, they don't
range
draft
should be
the
his
QB.
prime spot.
So you think they're going to pick a QB for the first pick, or go?
No, I don't. I think they're going to go Will Anderson.
Because who's going to throw to Jackson Smith then if he can?
You roll with
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, they
Next year.
probably just be in play for Caleb Williams next year.
Yeah.
The thing with the Texans,
What if
probably
they get
aren't-
Lamar?
Yeah, they don't probably love any of the quarterbacks that are in this draft, and they're probably playing for next year.
Yeah, that's what a lot of things seem like. It's like, the Raiders are out, the Falcons are out. A lot of teams are kind of out on these quarterbacks because they weren't big fans of the class this year and would rather wait for Drake May and Caleb Williams.
Let's see, where am I going here? I mean, I haven't gotten tackle yet. Do I want to go tackle here? Oh my god, I got a bunch of picks coming up. 107, 17. Oh Lord.
That's what you get for that Bill Belichick way right there.
You're going to trade back again? I mean, he's got those
He's
trades.
like, I'm just going to
I
trade
looked
all
at
my
the
picks this
offers,
year away.
none of them really entice me here. Martin out of Illinois. I could go safety as well, because I do need a safety with McCourty retiring. That's unless if I want Jalen Mills back there. I'm gonna go tackle here. I think tackle would be smart at this point. So between Freeland and Duncan, I don't know much about these players, but
Go Duncan.
I was about to say, I feel like between these two, I would lean, because Maryland's Big Ten now. I'd probably trust the Big Ten guy with what he had to go up against
Over an
week in,
independent
week out.
school? What?
Hey man,
Brigham Young.
we'll say that for later in the draft. Well, I'll pick somebody from like Chattahoochee Tech or something. But yeah, I'll take Duncan. All right,
Atlanta.
Falcons.
Oh,
Man,
man.
they don't trade. Atlanta don't trade.
Yeah, they don't. They only really trade up, so yeah, we're not really doing that. All right, so Atlanta here. So I got corner, edge, D line. I mean, I really wish I'd probably go. No, nothing there. I'm not sold on Ritter, but
The Falcons are probably either playing for Lamar or they're playing for next year's draft.
yeah.
Because their quarterback room right now is nothing that you're going to be excited about.
I'm not going to running back here.
I would say go A.T. Perry.
Yeah, because I was
He's a good
thinking
receiver.
because you got Drake London, and then outside of that, you don't really have much. I mean, you got Mac Hollins in the offseason, but he's like a 3-4 guy on your depth chart.
Yeah, Perry was someone who was projected to go in the earlier second rounds, and then Wake Forest, his quarterback Sam Harton was kind of out with medical issues during the start of the season, which kind of ruined his production. And when you play on a team like Wake Forest, you're not going to get a lot of draft hype around you because it's not Alabama, it's not Ohio State. So I feel like he's a really good receiver. He just took some dips and something that wasn't his fault.
Yeah, well, that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Only thing I'll say is Freeland. I mean, they did re-sign McGarry at right tackle. They still have Jake Matthews, who I'm not big on at left tackle. But yeah, I agree. Go Perry here. It's no problem having another skill position guy in the room. Yeah, they're not trading that. I think
Take Freeland.
Yeah, now you can get Freeland here. That makes
I can't toe whatever. You know who that is. He went to the Jets. That would hurt me that he's in the division, but it is what it is. But yeah, I would go Freeland here. Garrett Williams would be interesting as well, but
you got Gonzalez.
Yeah, so you don't need to really
no need to oversaturate that
Right.
CB room
No, help out your offensive line room. That'd be good.
for Lamar Jackson.
I mean, could happen. All right. There you go, Saints. How about the rest of the Houston draft?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, like all of next year's draft. Wow.
Why is
They're just
Houston
doing
literally
all
trying to get rid of all of their picks? They said we like the
real.
core we have now. They said Will Anderson, Anthony Richardson, that's the future. We don't even need to draft anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think on that trade. Let's look at the receiver room and see who's available.
If you want another
It's a
look
long,
at it.
it's a long draft.
Second,
man.
4, 4, 6, 6.
7-rounder.
All right, let's look at the receiver room real quick.
Keishon Butte.
I know Jordan loves this guy.
He's
He's still on the board. I'm shocked.
Yeah, nah, he
He
took
dropped.
some draft, but yeah, he didn't have a super great pro
Yeah,
day.
because
or
he had that big
combine.
catch against Alabama that kind of sealed the game.
He's a good receiver. Just, I think he's more of a right system type.
He's
of
a
guy.
big bodied
You-
receiver, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying that LSU's offense didn't do him any favors, and he didn't really have a great combine and pro day. I honestly think he left LSU because he was like, I don't really want to transfer. Like, I have the potential to be drafted decently. Why
Yep.
not go pro?
Yep. I'm gonna take that trade. If I'm the Saints GM, I can't turn away this whatever round we're in and not have
Yeah, what round are we in?
Fourth
the
round.
fourth round. I can't,
Okay.
a second, 2 fourths, 2 6
Okay.
from
I got-
Yo, this
from
I gotta see
Houston.
fucking
Thank you.
Discord mess is annoying, yo.
What's happening?
He's like, anyone want to play? I'm like, bro, like,
Who'd they take? Yeah, they
y'all
took
got the
Luke.
Discord. Like, he's saying, anyone want to play?
I don't pay attention to that half the time. Got
It's
Luke
true.
Kelly, corner of Stanford for Houston. I guess that's who they wanted to take.
That's who I would want to take.
See, they knew you were lurking, so they gave away their whole next year's draft to Jake.
They said Dylan wants the corner we have, so like literally we don't want to draft anymore.
Screw you, Dylan.
Rand's on that train.
Oh, first round draft pick next year though.
I know. Look.
Some of these trades, Brad, the Rams think they're Super Bowl bound with whoever they pick at 4 in this 4th round.
I
They
guess.
said like we're gonna draft Garrett Williams, and that's Jamal. that's Jalen Ramsey like times 6.
I mean, I'd probably
That team's not going to be good next year either. That is a top 8 pick.
Let me see. Do any of you pick between? Oh,
Yeah, Kyle.
I'm right.
And I picked before Jordan.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Because there is a
I'm
guy I would probably.
Hopefully,
look
my
at.
guy that's on the board.
No, he won't be. He won't be.
Oh,
I'm not
what's
telling
that?
you what position.
Dylan
right.
somehow already knows. He's got like the
You don't
Jedi
need to.
mind powers
You don't
going.
need to.
I'd have to wait 60 picks. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk in that. I was looking at
The clock is ticking, man.
Spoonmaker here. Because
Phil Belichick philosophy: draft all the tight ends.
I mean, tight end room. Yeah, they
Next-
brought in
Next,
Gesicki.
next Hernandez.
I
Why are we
mean,
talking about Hernandez, man? Come on.
A tight end.
No. We don't comp anybody to him. Come on, man.
I mean, he was a good player prior to all that.
I mean, kind of a checkered off the field pass.
Kind of.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
there's
saying
a
it's honest,
documentary
a
it's
about
couple of
him.
things happen.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that 30 for 30 for that whole Florida offense and that whole Florida team.
Hold on, Anthony's
Yeah.
asking, who got Drew Sanders?
Oh, no.
That's actually a good question.
Is that Barry Sanders' son or something?
No, he's a linebacker out of Arkansas.
Or Deion
Uh,
Sanders?
Wish there was a way to do a search.
Bear? What?
Who gotta go all the way back? Yeah.
I feel like I saw his name not too long ago.
I thought it was a B team. I thought it was the Bears or Bengals who got him.
It might have been the Bengals, actually, now that you say that. I mean, a lot's kind of happened. All right. Yeah, there he is.
Bengals.
Oh,
Woohoo!
All right, let me go back. Where are we? There we go. Yeah, I mean, here I'd be looking at probably Schoonmaker. So I'll just
Good
take
pick.
him. Yes,
Good
they
pick.
could use a tight end because believe
The
Hunter
amount of
Henry-
picks you have.
Hunter Henry's a free agent, I think, after this season, so that could be kind of insurance as well. But yeah, so give me Schoonmaker. Seattle's on the clock. Here's your two offers.
And if I got maybe another pick this year, I probably would have took it. Ooh, I'll take that one with the Cowboys. I'll move down 6. Oh well.
Okay.
Give me another 7th.
All right.
Gonna
There
let
you go,
Jordan go
Now you
first
can have
here.
your dude.
Hold on. Let's see who the Cowboys took with that. Abdullah.
Abdullah. Can I see the pick, like the trades or the offers?
Whoa. Thompson Robinson to Minnesota. Okay. Am I crazy to think that might be a little early for him, or?
Nah, the 4th, 5th is probably pretty good for DRT. I would say.
Palmer.
Even
All
like
right,
a 3rd or the 2nd, I would say it's a little wild.
See,
so the
5.
Bears are offering you 5th, a 7th, 3rd, and a 5th next year.
Nah.
And then
And the
a
Raiders?
5th, 6th, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th.
Ooh, that's not bad. That Raiders team's not going to be great. You're going to get a lot of draft capital next year. You could maybe use it to package up for a new quarterback.
Yeah. I'll let you see the board, and
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Can you go to cornerbacks
Yep.
and look if he's still on the board? His name is Darius Rush.
Oh, he's gone. I remember that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, Rush is gone.
Damn, that was my next pick. Trying to see what we need. I mean, we probably need another cornerback anyway to fill that Chuck Clark or like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Corner and-
true. Davius Hodges Tomlinson, he related to LT.
Let's go with that. Let's go with that. So it's the next best cornerback. I'll go with Dylan's expertise.
Hodges Tomlinson, it is.
A plus.
mean- They gave him an A+.
And he's wait, what's his name? Tyreek. I'm gonna look him up real quick.
Davius Hodges Tomlinson.
Yeah. So let's see. Chargers took Brown. Browns took Carter out
Jake
of
Carter was
Army.
going to be my pick.
Jacksonville took Herbig. Well, the Giants, there you go. Well, wide receiver out of Virginia, Wicks.
Let's get our first receiver in the 4th, 5th.
Yeah, why not?
Let's not give Daniel Jones any.
It'll fit the rest of the room.
Don't worry. Daniel Jones is going to rush for 1,400 yards. Remember?
Exactly.
Brady predicted that? Yeah.
So I'm going to take the kind of homer pick here, but I'm taking Zach Evans. I'm a big Ole Miss fan. He played at TCU. Kind of was interesting. He was supposed to play at Texas. Didn't really work out. Played at TCU. Wasn't really super great there. He did find a role in that Ole Miss offense. Kind of just a little too late for the production side. That's why he's not higher. Seattle only has 2 running backs literally in their running back room right now, and that is Kenneth Walker and DJ Dallas. You need some depth, regardless if it's young depth. He's someone who'll be good in the passing game. He's someone who's kind of a physical rusher, which is what Seattle is building that room around again. You need a running back. I feel like it's a smart pick for him.
All right. So let's see.
He's
Redman.
only 5'9".
Anaconda,
Small cornerback.
Moss, Mitchell. Well, Mitchell, back to back. Oh, I got back-to-back picks. Yeah, that's a Belichick thing as well. Bound to happen at some point in the draft. So actually, gotta see the offers. 5th and the 6th. Get out of my face. 5th and the 7th. I want some
What's the
picks,
first
man.
round pick?
3rd round. I mean, Belichick loves 3rd round picks. Nah, I think I'll. Well, no, I think I'll take this pick here.
You want to see your other draft options, your other trade
There's
options?
another Bryce Young. There's another.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Byron Young.
Byron
Okay.
Young.
Right.
I was like, there's another Bryce Young. What's
What
going
kind-
on? We have
what-
3.
What Twilight universe did we dip into?
And he also plays for Alabama on defense? Like, I'm confused.
Hey. I mean, I could go actually D-line here. I mean, a Bowling Green would fit the kind of random college that Belichick always takes one. And a D lineman, I think that actually fits the kind of profile. And then going back to back, I mean, crap. Whatever. Yeah, I'll take Brooks here. Chicago.
Bro, you're getting better trade offers for your pick that's literally one spot later than
Right.
the one that was earlier. I mean, maybe you shouldn't have picked that dude. Maybe everyone's like, oh, he messed up.
I mean, that one would probably interest me at this point. I'm taking that one.
Yeah, that's a good trade.
Oh, the Saints.
All right, hold on.
Before the Patriots pick again.
Wow. Like what?
All right, so Ward, Scruggs, Phelps, Martin, Tucker, Turner, Taylor. All right, not gonna lie, Ford Wheaton.
Looks like Kyle don't care about defense.
Our defense.
That's what Anthony Price.
Hey, Anthony, there's a method to my madness. All right.
Got Brent.
Yeah, I got Brent and I just took Brooks, the guy that everybody apparently was fine with me taking because they wanted my next pick. I think you reached for Branch at pick number 20. Yeah.
I might be a little bit of reach for a branch. I didn't really want a dropout though. You know,
Yeah.
Seattle. That's a Seattle move. Reach on a dude you probably could get in the second round. That's a Seattle move.
Let's see the
Saints.
trades real quick. Let's see what we got.
So Giants 172 and 254.
No,
Colts and strictly next year picks.
that's tempting because that second round picks. Oh,
Tennessee. First,
One,
second,
two,
fifth, and
five,
two
seven.
seconds.
Who do they want at fifth, bro? Who do they want with that fifth overall pick? Well, that fifth round pick.
I feel like this they need to grade the trades that we make too, because some of these trades are just
Yeah.
like steals. So I want to make a pick,
Mhm.
but just for the record, if Tennessee offered that, I would obviously take that. But I'm going to take a Keyshawn from LSU. Saints need help a wide receiver. He's a good big body. Well, local homeboy grown. It'll fit
definitely
in
a
really
steal,
well.
yeah.
There's a good wide receiver room there for him to work with. I think that'd be a great pickup for him. I'd be stoked if they got him in the fourth round.
All right, I'm taking a guy here. Okay, I kind of like this because I was thinking linebacker at this point.
I was thinking Sewell for your pick at 135, and he's still there. That's
I was taking a risk. Yeah, I think I would go Sewell here. So I think the trading back definitely helped me. So Anthony C, I'm not just completely not looking at defense. Like I said, method to my madness. I mean, they definitely need linebacker help. That's no.
Whoa, Buffalo!
It's no secret
I'm all
there.
good. I'm gonna keep this pick as well.
I
I
got
was hoping-
that Rams one. That's gonna be.
I got to tempt you with one of these other
What?
offers.
Okay,
What
wait.
is
Go to that
going
Bears one.
on?
Go to that Bears one. Yeah!
I mean, what is this?
2 firsts for my fifth rounder. I'm taking that trade.
I mean,
If Noah
Is it-
Sewell was there, I would have took Sewell, but I don't care. Who'd the Bears even take? Who'd the Bears want with that pick so bad?
manual safety out of Missouri. I guess.
This website's awesome, but like, did we hack it or is the
And I still
program
didn't get the dude
drunk?
I wanted.
I,
I got 2 first round picks, and I'm still gonna pick the linebacker I was gonna pick if I didn't even trade. Demarion Overshone out of Texas. Been on the team for a while, really good. They're kind of a captain veteran on that defense. Really good linebacker. Seattle needs linebackers. Jordan Brooks isn't going to play, and Zach Valor, our fullback / whatever you want to call him, is literally our only linebacker signed for past this year. So you need more depth. You need just some contracts on there.
well, we got Baltimore up.
So let me see the offers real quick. See if I can.
Fleece a team.
These
Oh,
Rams,
there's a
I
first.
swear, are just just take everything.
So, okay, before I accept the offer, go to the
I mean,
OTs.
you have other offers if you want to see them. Real
Oh
quick.
yeah, go. So it's the Rams.
One first round. You know,
Ooh, one for the
Steelers like we'll
Steelers
give
from
you
a
a
rivalry.
first. The Lions said we'll give you a
Another
first.
another first round.
At least Minnesota's is
Yeah,
actually
before-
reasonable.
before-
That
make
one makes
mine.
sense. Drop
Yeah, but-
back one, give you 2 fourths next year. Okay.
That's a reasonable trade. Not
This is
two
reasonable.
first rounders.
So before I make a go to the OTs, offensive tackles, and then look up. I'm gonna go with Jalen Duncan from
He's
Maryland.
gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah.
The fuck, man.
I'm pretty sure Kyle
Yeah,
took
I'm
him.
pretty sure I took him. Yeah, I did.
God damn it, yo.
No Jalen Duncan for you.
You know what? I'm gonna take the go to the offers. I'll take a first round 20 next year.
I know.
Damn, man. Oh shit.
That's a good trade.
Saints. Oh, we got
Alright,
two
can I-
picks coming up.
What the what?
Let me see. What did they take? All right, take a safety out of Houston.
Man, why are everyone trading all these picks for safeties?
Hutchinson
This
to
isn't
Detroit.
even a great safety draft. Like,
Apparently, we're sleeping on it because everybody wants them.
all right, let me see the trades here. So first, a second, and sixth for Detroit next year. First and a third from Tampa. See, that's reasonable. That makes more
Can
sense.
teams trade their draft to other teams? Like, can you trade Duncan to my team? Oh, man.
Not happening. Especially now that I know you wanted them that bad.
Yep.
Yeah, don't
He's
worry.
from
Kyle took
Maryland,
Noah
man.
Sewell from me as well, so it's okay.
I'm going to take that Detroit Lions offer. A first, a second, and a sixth next year for my fifth round pick. I'd feel like a failing GM if I didn't take that.
Bro, like us as Seattle would have 4 first round draft picks.
And they'd be good ones.
My trade went through.
Like
I
the
would have
Rams and the
mine,
Bears.
I would have Denver. I would have 2 Chicago picks in that first round. Man,
I don't.
Damn, New England is dominating this draft, man.
Another safety,
England.
Williamson. Well, Zach Kuntz.
Look, another safety that Detroit took. Like it's all just for safeties.
Another B Young.
And Thomas the Fifth.
All right, let's see my trade offer. See if I can get another first round pick next year.
whoop. Whoa.
What the hell is this?
Miami said we'll give you one too. We want whatever safeties are on the board.
Apparently, you know what? I'll do the Dolphins trade. Like I'll just that way I get a pick this year. At least I'll have something during the 7th round. I'll take first rounders all day.
Oh,
Rams.
Kyle's got a first rounder. We're all
Rams,
just trading these late picks. They're like, hey
you
man,
got to put the bottle down, Rams. Okay.
Haven't they already traded a first round draft pick in this?
I guess they're just pulling these out of the air at this point. I mean, the Dolphins.
The Dolphins just traded the line. Well, the Lions have multiple picks because of the trades.
the Bears
Okay, I
got
know
2
that the-
more first round
All right.
picks.
They're getting out of hand. They're getting out of hand.
The
I-
Bears
I'm-
somehow got 2 more first round picks to trade.
I don't think that the system takes into consideration picks that have already been traded for future years.
I think
No,
so.
but that's
yeah.
pretty
So,
funny.
All right, let's see. I mean, a wide receiver out of Princeton. Like, why not?
That's a Bill Belichick
That
move.
fits the mold.
Let's see. Where could I go here? I got a wide receiver corner.
Shit.
Gotta say the Jake Hayner for some reason. Because this is the 4th or 5th round at this point. I mean, you're looking at if Mac Jones doesn't fit, you got Zappy. I mean, who's the guy they brought in the offseason? They brought another quarterback in, which I don't really care about them bringing him in anyway. I could see them going there.
It's not the worst idea in the world, honestly.
I mean,
Oh,
the
did you
offensive
guys bring
line-
in? No, it wasn't. I thought you guys brought in Trace McSorley. That was Arizona. Or you guys might.
No.
You guys.
We
I think
did
it was
bring
you
him in
guys.
sorely, yes, because
Yeah.
I remember Penn State connection, Bill O'Brien. Yeah, that is who they brought. So I'm pretty sure that's not going to factor into next season. The O lineman does. I think I like that one as well. Because you're looking at. I'm trying to think. I think they have a couple of interior O linemen who, I think their contract comes up at the end of the year. So you kind of think about the future at this point as well. Yeah, I'll take the O lineman. You can never go wrong with the trenches.
Nope.
That's good. Good pick.
All right, so Baltimore.
Baltimore.
All right, those trades are. Well, let me see who. All right, so Wilson from Stanford to Arizona. Okay, well, Daniel Jones, look over your shoulder.
Tanner McKee.
We're not going to get you any wide receiver help in the draft. We're just going to draft a quarterback.
We're going to draft your replacement. We're doing it the Packers way.
Then Indy took the dude out of Princeton.
I think I'm gonna take I think I'm gonna go with a receiver and see if I can get a steal with a receiver in the late rounds.
So you're looking to double up that
King
receiver.
Jarrett, he a big guy.
I mean, you got a Maryland guy.
It can be a steal.
He's
Let's
pretty
go
big.
to the offers real quick. See what's mess the offers real quick.
I think at this point the offers are kind of broken.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna go with the
Somehow
Maryland.
like six-
I'm gonna go with the Raheem Jarrett for a receiver.
Good pick. I was really high on him, when he was just a recruit, and when I saw he went to Maryland, I was like, "Ooh, that's gonna
I
be
still got
interesting."
like 3 picks left.
I can tell you got.
Three, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's a C plus. That's not bad.
Kyle's got like 13, so it's okay.
Yeah, how many
Which
picks do you got
they would
left?
never take this many.
Like, oh my God, Kyle literally has
Oh my,
7
might as well
picks.
some
still.
audio pick. I'm trying to stay on this.
This is nuts. All
Almost
right.
Kyle just needs to trade all of those picks away.
I'm about to trade some of them for just next year. So there's no way they would take this many guys. But
Damn.
184.
The Black Belichick, man.
I'm gonna tell you a guy I love right
Bill
here.
said we are literally getting the whole entire draft.
There is a guy I love right here. I'm loving Deuce Vaughn here.
Good Deuce Vaughn. You got the picks.
I'm loving it. I'm taking Deuce Vaughn.
He's just it's the same thing though. He's like gonna get thrown.
I can't take any
Uh-oh.
more picks on. I'm back on the. Oh God.
Yeah,
All
you're
right,
gonna be back on the clock for a minute.
At this point, I'm just throwing darts at a dartboard. Let's go with. I haven't taken a safety. I do want to hit safety at some point. I wonder if he's related to the Brandon Merriweather. That's interesting. But I'll go. I don't know much about Daniel Scott. I've seen Alabama, Ohio State here. Actually, let me see wide receiver real quick. I could double up here. I got enough picks to wait.
Oh, man.
All right. Where'd it go? Yeah, I'll take Daniel Scott.
Oh,
All right,
Baltimore.
Yes, it's not me, thankfully.
You'll
Let's
be
see
up
the
next.
board. See who you got.
So, let's see what the Ravens would do here. I think I would focus on the line. So go to.
You want interior line, tackles.
So I'm
D-line.
if we're gonna be keeping Lamar, maybe some more because like Ziegler's back, he might retire in a couple years. So I might want to get like a new fresh body on the line, just in case some of those older guys leave. Like I know Ziegler's gonna get up there, so we go to inside. Well, Ziegler, he's an inside linebacker or inside lineman, right?
Yeah, he's a guard.
Yeah,
You're
right guard.
You're running the draft room, man. If you asking that question, you might get fired.
You say, who's our guard?
Well, I know it's McCary, but
I'll tell you what, just from my perspective, Braden Daniels is a pretty good interior offensive lineman out of Utah. I have some guys out there that like him. He's pretty good.
well, first go. So go to.
Well, I got to shout out
Greg.
Gregory. He's back in the chat.
Yeah.
Missed you for a couple of weeks. What's going on?
All right. Go to tackle. See what's over there. Man. Also, this is that Calais Campbell role. Go to Go to the D line. See what we got. I'm gonna go DJ Dale from Alabama.
I'm about to say
DJ Dale.
you didn't take an Alabama guy as an Alabama fan.
Oh,
All right.
one of Kyle's
All right, Rams
6
are.
remaining picks.
Yep.
I'm gonna start trading some of these.
Man, imagine trying to make that 53-man roster and just being like,
I mean, I feel bad for these guys.
yeah, like all of like your whole practice squad's just gonna be with rookies you guys drafted.
Here in New England, we're creating competition. That's all it is. We're gonna light fires under some guys who think
He's gonna be your quarterback because they're trying to ship Mac Jones away.
Hey
I'll be
man,
Mac.
Mac Jones will sit here and throw to Jackson Smith and Jigba, and he'll love it. Got Schoonmaker.
In your fantasy.
Mondre Stevenson.
Hey, you know what? You know what? He has a real
Spawn.
offensive coordinator this
Yeah.
time. He doesn't have a defensive coordinator
That's
calling his
true.
plays.
I think it's funny that Matt Patricia leaves the Patriots. I think it's funny that Patricia leaves the Patriots and instantly becomes a defensive assistant.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
that explains
that's what
the
he should-
Patriots offense.
Yeah, it's
That's
like, are
what he
we
should. He should have been a
surprised?
defensive guy. So it's all good. Actually, let me see what's going up here. Okay, Rams go away. Washington.
Man, I'm getting hungry.
I would
man.
probably take that one.
Yeah, there's no way these are.
Christ.
There's something broken with that
Yeah.
algorithm. There has to be.
I would double up wide receiver here. I would go Charlie Jones out of Purdue.
Good pick. I
All right, Seahawks.
Screw that. I'm picking. We ball.
Because those trades are nuts. I've been looking at your draft so far. You know, Tyree Wilson, Brian Branch, who Anthony said you kind of reached for, but I mean, I think it's a good pick. Avila, Tillman, Stevenson, Evans, Overshown. Doing well. So who you adding to the group?
Go to the D lineman. And then go to quarterback because I just need to see who's available.
Jaron Hall.
Jaron Hall. There we go. That's my
Stetson
pick right
Bennett.
there. Yeah, no, I'm going Jaron Hall on this one.
Yeah.
Seattle just needs a quarterback that they can have just on roster. You know, maybe someone to learn. Geno Smith isn't someone obviously bad to learn under. You know, I imagine Seattle probably would have liked a first-round quarterback if they were going to take about a quarterback, but you know, this puts someone on contract at least. And you know, if Geno goes down, you don't have to maybe rely on Drew Lock.
All right, Jordan, you're on the clock.
If I'm gonna go back to O line inside to see if that dude from Utah's still there.
Oh, he is not.
Nope, he's gone.
God. I don't know any of these. Trying to see what else we would need, like this for security. Me like a line. Do like try a linebacker. See what's available for a linebacker. I don't know anyone, man. Go to all. See who's the best available. Like.
Want a tight end?
You get your new quarterback. Replace
Clayton
Lamar.
Tune. Need a tune-up.
Look at you got a couple of tight end options. You got a D line guy. Old line, you got a dude out of LSU, Bradford. That's their suggestions, but you know.
I might take the Northwestern guy inside, the one you just said.
That's LSU.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm at 234. Holy shit. That's my last pick, right?
All right, just turn those trades off. They're drunk.
Yeah,
Okay, we don't need to see it. How much do I have left?
Oh man,
We
you
have
guys loaded up
I
in your
think I
late
have
round
2 or 3
picks.
left. Oh, gosh, dang it. Okay, well, I don't know any of these dudes. All right, let's look at tight ends. See who's available at tight end, and then after
Oh,
that,
man.
corner.
I'm gonna put my nose real quick.
Okay, and then corner. Let's see what the cornerback room looks like. All right, let's go back to tight ends. I'm gonna pick one of those dudes. We'll get Cameron Latu. Alabama always has good players. I'll take him. Give
Okay.
Derek Carr another good tight end to throw to. I'll take that pick.
Oh, Kyle's got back to back.
Back-
Back
to back.
Yeah, I'm not taking. All right, so there. All right, this is the part of the draft. You kind of just go, you go out of the box.
It's Jordan blowing his nose.
I'll mute Jordan for a second. I would take Jake Moody here. I mean, they need a kicker. Nick Folk is not getting any younger.
Yeah, it's a
So-
good idea.
Michigan guy kicked in bad weather. Deal with that in New England. That's an obvious pick. Yeah,
Everyone's drunk. Everyone's drunk.
They kind of need a punter as well. Might as well start looking
Michael
at
Turk.
punters.
You have enough picks. Like
That
no
is the
one's gonna-
guy I was about to say. Michael Turk is. I think Belichick's been like in love with him. I believe they spent a lot of time with him, so I feel like he's a guy on their board. So I'm sure they'll probably give me like an F grade for it, but I don't care at this point.
You literally drafted every position. They can deal with it. Yeah,
I
D
know.
plus. Oh well.
That's how I roll.
How many
Oh, this
picks
is
does
the
Atlanta
seventh.
have left?
Too.
Two.
Two.
Yeah, because
And they're back to
Atlanta
back.
doesn't like trading.
Can we have Atlanta pick a punter or a kicker just for my own gratification, please?
Yeah. Which one?
I don't know any of these dudes. Like, I'll be honest.
Well, I mean, they got.
They have
who
a
is
good
their
kicker.
punter? Is
I
their
don't know who their
punter
punter
Pinion?
is.
Oh, they might have a kicker and a punter.
They have a good kicker. His name just
Jung
leaves me.
Wei
He's
Koo.
Yeah.
He's really good.
I think Pinion's their punter.
Let's just get Behringer from Michigan State, and I can have a little moral victory
I can do that.
myself. That Atlanta.
Tight end. Like they just got Jonnu Smith. They got Kyle Pitts.
Oh, Muhammad Ibrahim. Ooh,
Hmm.
they
That
need running
actually-
back still.
that
Yeah, that's not
would
bad,
make
actually.
A lot of
Yeah.
sense for them. Yeah. I mean, we gotta be truthful with Atlanta. We'll give them
have-
Ibrahim.
5 A pluses right now.
I hate it. I
Oh my,
absolutely
they're
hate
perfect.
it.
Oh, they got back to backs.
I hate this. I hope this doesn't happen because that's a really
Man.
good draft.
Tell you, man, let me run the Falcons for like 2 years. I guarantee some stuff. All right. Final pick. That's for Atlanta. Yeah, I don't understand this tight end thing. I mean, at this point, I guess you could go there. Wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Pick that linebacker out of Texas. Well, Pittsburgh, my bad.
Yeah.
That'd be a good pick for them.
Yeah, because they.
I don't know how
they-
to pronounce
they
his
could-
name.
Yeah, we'll say Sir Dennis.
Sir Dennis.
Dennis.
I hate that draft for the Atlanta. I really
Apparently,
do.
apparently we knocked it out of the park with the Falcons. So
I'm not taking on any more draft picks because I have a whole bunch of 7th round picks left. Yeah, no, I don't want any more. I'm done with those.
I mean, if you want to start giving them away,
You know what? I'll take that Bears one, the 3rd and the 6th. That's not terrible, and I can have a little bit less draft capital to deal with.
Too bad. Pick again.
see you again.
Okay. You know, I feel like you could always get help with O linemen. So let's see what the offensive tackles look like. Cameron Warren, and then the inside interior lineman. All right, back to O tackle. We'll take the dude that's there. Warren from Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh usually has pretty good O linemen. You could always use extra depth that's there, and I'm going to take that and be pretty happy with that.
Hey, Jordan's back.
I mean, at this point, you're into like guys who are just like, all right, okay, yep. Baltimore on the clock. This would be your last pick of the draft. Where are you looking to go with it?
Quarterback.
Oh,
Quarterback.
Quarterback. Quarterback.
I have faith we're going to get it done with Lamar. So
Sure. Not everyone
Um,
has Pro Bowl backups.
All right, so
someone's jealous, man.
so what position? We are not jealous of Snoop Huntley.
Well, y'all keep on bringing his name up, man.
Because it's hilarious.
Hey, he was the next quarterback available at the time that who wanted to, he stepped up, man.
I
But to
guess.
be fair, I don't like the Pro Bowl how it's up, and I don't like it's not the same as it used to be. So
It was trash before.
no, I'm saying like the actual game when they played, like
It was trash then. I don't want to see a bunch of guys
it's never been good. I've
run,
never.
run quarter speed, tap each other, and be like, "Oh, you're down." Ha ha ha.
I'll just say real quick while Jordan makes his pick. The Pro Bowl is just depressing because football's over, and like you don't just want to watch like if they do it in between, it's almost over. When they did it after the Super Bowl, it was already over. It's just depressing.
I'm not even mad with the Pro Bowl games necessarily. I feel like guys will just kind of just have fun with it. They don't want to play a real game.
No,
Yeah.
they shouldn't. They should just make it like an announcement, like you get the recognition, and then okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. So I got Addison, wide receiver, edge.
You got Addison, you got Harrison, the edge, you got
Cornerback.
Hodges Tomlinson, Jarrett, DJ Dale, Anthony Bradford.
I got a little bit of mixture of both offense and defense. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go edge. Well, you know what? No, because they got Adafe and then Ojabo back and healthy. So, what about they got Quan, but Patrick Queen's kind of like a question mark. He's gonna be a Raven. So I'll go inside linebacker.
Mohamed Diabite, the Utah one, wouldn't be a bad pick. He's an older guy, but everyone on Utah's roster is old.
Yeah.
Oh man, how old is he?
He's 24, 25. He was fourth, fifth year guy.
Yeah, you're probably got the COVID year, right?
Yeah, probably. But I mean, Utah's been a pretty good program. They draft and they develop their players really well. They really do a good job developing.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a Muhammad just for like a backup plan for Queen if he doesn't.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
It's Seattle.
I got 2 picks left. Ooh, I still have not drafted a single D lineman, but it's not really super great after the first 2 rounds. But I will actually go back to defensive line again. I'll go Jared Clark out of Coastal Carolina. Don't know too much on him. At least in the games of Coastal Carolina that I watched, he wasn't really too big of a defensive stopper. Like, he got some kind of, tackles for losses, nothing really too big. But overall, didn't seem like a bad prospect. I just, like you said, you don't know too much about some of these guys when you get a lot later.
All right. I mean, yeah, at this point, I don't know all the dudes that are here, but I'm going to take Rashawn Wright out of Oregon State. You can always need help with the secondary. Saint secondary in general is not great. Get some depth there. It could help on special teams. I think I have 2 more picks. Oh, man. Look at this. Patriots, Seahawks, Patriots.
I don't even. My head hurts now.
It's your last 2, though.
Stetson Bennett.
I mean, what a dream draft. Get old Stetson Bennett the 4th.
You said we tried Stidham out. He didn't work. We'll try Bennett.
I mean, I'm a big Duggan fan, but I kind of like Malik Cunningham.
I don't know. Oh my! I'm sorry, but that's like the widest quarterback room ever. Stetson Bennett, Mac Jones, and Bailey Zappi.
That is
the best
so
take
true.
that's ever happened in this show, I think,
Well,
that I've been on. That's fantastic.
I gotta represent. Let's bring a brother into the room. Malik Cunningham, welcome to New England. Oh, that is, yeah. I mean, yeah,
Oh, I'm
that's
picking.
a really good.
Oh man. Go back to wide receivers. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take Dante Demas Jr. out of Maryland. He's someone that went to Texas A&M, got into some trouble, ended up transferring from the school. Really crazy vertical. I'm not sure if anyone remembers, but like 2017, 2018, he went viral from like doing crazy vertical jumps and stuff like that, and like after football games and stuff. So he's someone that has some character concerns, but Seattle doesn't mind having guys like that. Could be won't probably be a big, route runner, but someone probably you could chuck the ball deep and catch it over a dude.
My last pick. Finally. I'm going Demario Douglas. Take a guy to Liberty, if it's a small school, narrative. I feel like I think he had like some time with Belichick in the group, maybe at the Senior Bowl or something. I feel like I've seen that name linked to New England somewhere. So there we go. I'll send my draft with him. I think that's the last pick. Oh no,
Nope,
Saints.
New Orleans. New Saints got two of them. Oh, you get Mr. Irrelevant. You get
Oh,
Mr.
cool.
Irrelevant.
Very cool. All right.
Yes.
So let's see everything that's on the board. Shoot, man. Let's take McFadden out of Clemson, the tier offensive lineman. Again, you could always beef up your offensive line.
Just want to say, Stetson Bennett went to San Francisco.
He did. I was thinking about taking
my.
him if he went to San Francisco.
That's kind of
He
funny.
went to San Francisco. Oh well, yeah, I'll take
Brock
McFadden.
Purdy. I don't know. Brock Purdy and Stetson Bennett would be pretty close, but they got Trey Lance, so it evens out.
Let's see what quarterbacks are left, just for giggles here. Nobody that I even know
Sean
about.
Clifford. I
How
swear
about
that guy
DeVito
was in college
Clifford?
for like 12 years.
Yeah. That's how it feels like with all Penn State quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
really
who's-
true.
McSorley felt like he was there forever. I'm trying to think of who their quarterback in between them was. I can't think of who it was. And then like Shea Patterson out of like Michigan. I felt like he was there forever.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out. I want to make this one good. Let's check out kickers. See if there's any kickers. All right, I'll be real. Let's go to linebackers. Saints could always help with the linebacker room.
This is your Mr. Irrelevant.
Let's do Cam Jones at Indiana. Don't know much about him, but always need linebackers, and we'll just wrap up the draft there.
All right. So we'll review the drafts. Let's see. I guess Anthony, Gregory, anybody who's there in the chat, you can kind of let us know who you think won the
Me.
mock draft.
Or if we're going for quantity, we know who the winner is.
Trust
Yeah,
me,
Kyle.
you don't have to grade it off quantity because, like I said, I clearly screwed up with all those trades. The Saints, Bijan Robinson, Thule, Ojolari, Keishon Boutte, Cameron Latu, Carter Warren, Rajon Wright, Jordan McFadden, Cam Jones. That's
Good draft.
That's a good
Yeah.
draft.
If I get those first three guys, especially on my draft, if I get
Yeah.
Bijan, Thule, and BJ, those three dudes, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah, that'd be an exceptional draft. You'd be like, you know what? Derek Carr's not that bad.
He's not that bad. I
He's
convinced
not
myself
that bad.
not so much to buy a Derek Carr jersey, but enough that I would be like, yeah.
You buy one of those like $30 T-shirt jerseys.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Let's go to the Falcons.
I hate this. They
I
had a
mean-
fantastic draft.
Christian Gonzalez, Ada Bawari, Dexter, A.T. Perry, Blake Freeland, Mohamed Ibrahim, and Sir Dennis.
Sir Dennis.
Sir
I
Dennis.
like the Ibrahim pick for where it was. That's definitely a good pick there.
Man, I didn't watch a lot of Big Ten football, but I watched Minnesota football play just so I could see Mohamed Ibrahim run. Like he's crazy good there, and it sucks
Mhm.
that he just kept getting injured like later into his career. So his
Right.
stock just fell. But like at one point in time, he was I wouldn't say a first round back, but I would say he was flirting with the second, third round.
Yeah. The only thing with him would be Minnesota used him so much. Like how much
How much is left in
will
the
he
tank?
have left and once he gets to the NFL? But taking him 224. Yeah,
It's
you can
worth
take
it. It's worth
Yeah,
it.
you can take a
Yep.
flyer on him at that
Yep,
point.
absolutely. Absolutely.
I was looking at Jordan with Baltimore. Got Addison, Harrison, Hodges, Tomlinson. Pretty solid first three there. Then you go Jarrett, DJ Dale, Bradford, and Mohamed Diabate.
I think that's a good draft.
Yeah, that's a solid
that's a
draft
good
as well.
I mean, no
I think
quarterback.
beefing up
but,
that
you know.
receiver room. I think beefing up that receiver room was really smart. You know, you have
Jared
Rashad
and
Bateman
Addison.
to have some running mates. You know,
Mhm.
if Lamar is the quarterback back in that system, he'll definitely have more weapons to look at rather than just, you know, here we
I
go.
mean, I'm gonna get
Mark
tight end, but then we
Andrews,
have
Odell.
Likely in behind him. So
Yeah, I like Likely as well, so I'm fine with you not taking a tight end. But Odell, Bateman, you know, Jordan Addison, get something out of Raheem Jarrett. You know, hopefully he can try to be something. It won't be. I wouldn't say it would be a great receiver room, but it would definitely be a fun one. Like they would have a game where you know Lamar would pass for like 400, and you'd be like, oh, that was kind of fun.
yeah,
Or Tyler Huntley passes for like 250.
All right, so Dylan, you got Tyree Wilson, Brian Branch, Avila, Cedric Tillman, Tyreek Stevenson, Zach Evans, Overshone, Jaron Hall, Jared Clark, and Dante Demas Jr.
I'm happy with it. You know,
Pretty good.
I don't think that first round really kind of played out like I'd necessarily want. I probably would want Will Anderson or Jalen Carter, or just yeah. Maybe if like Stroud was there at 5, I might have took that idea. So just couldn't take Richardson. But overall, I think you know after round 1, the board played out how I liked it.
And then the book report that is my draft. I don't. JSN, Brent, Duncan, Schoonmaker. Okay. Then I went crazy with the trade. So Brooks, Sewell, who I'm glad to take there at 148.
I was hoping he would have dropped.
Yeah. Voorhees, Deuce Vaughn. Love that one at 184. See Scott, Charlie Jones, Jake Moody. I feel like that's bound to happen. And Michael Turk. And to, you know, add some flavor to the room, Malik Cunningham, because like you said, Bailey Zappi, Mac Jones, got Malik Cunningham. Okay,
got the freaking
you're doing some things.
you got the
Then
decorator in
Demarius
the room, but then you got freaking a brother coming in there.
If I counted right, I think that was 14 draft picks. That's
Which,
insane.
well, I mean, I think the Patriots like taking 10 or 11, so I didn't go necessarily crazy overboard. But yeah, some of these guys probably would not be picked, but I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
All right.
Now
Yeah,
let's hope all
there's-
of our boards can play out that way. Except for you know, if you're Jake, you want the Falcons to draft all kickers.
all kickers and punters, maybe a long snapper in there just for fun.
Or do like they did like the Julio Jones year where they kind of took their whole draft, moved up to get one guy, and then after that they weren't major players in the draft.
And they hit. You don't normally do that, but if you get a dude like Julio Jones and you hit, that's good.
The thing that I hate is that I really like Julio Jones because I actually lived in Foley, Alabama, where he's from, for like 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So the year right before he was drafted, I lived there, and he went to
Okay.
the Falcons, and it broke my heart because I couldn't root for him. It was awful.
I mean, at least he didn't win a Super Bowl with them. That probably would have crushed you even more.
Got close.
Oh,
Got
that would have
close.
sucked. Got close, man.
That was just my way to throw in 28-3.
Oh, we know where you stand on that. I mean, any chance. It makes me happy.
Hey, March 28th is the best day of the year.
Hey, man. I will always say James White should have had a Super Bowl MVP.
I do agree with that. I
Yeah.
agree with
Yep.
that. He would have been my pick. Well, that's the mock draft. I mean, it was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's the last mock draft, of course, because the actual draft is on Thursday. I guess cheap plug. I will be on Pregame Pigskin. We will be doing a live stream of the draft. I can only imagine Gene and Godfrey how they're going to react when the Eagles pick.
Going to be crazy.
That's one of the many reasons for you to tune in.
I'm gonna join in while like that happens. I'm gonna join in and like just hold up my phone while the Eagles pick is happening and be like,
If they take the wrong guy, Gene could throw something. To be honest, with you.
Yep.
I'm excited. I'm not a Chiefs fan, but I'm excited just to see like how like the fans are gonna react with whatever they do. Like I want it to be like someone like crazy. Like I'm not sure who it was. Like Chris Sims. Like he mocked like Hendon Hooker. to the Chiefs at like 31.
Chris
And I just kind of want to be in Kansas City when that happens,
Yeah.
and just
Chris
like
Sims is always terrible.
like see the crowds like rampage.
Mhm. Crazy thing is, you could get 15 mock drafts, and Hendon Hooker's going 15 different places. He's gonna be the guy for the draft that's gonna be a name to watch.
Like that chess piece are gonna be moving. Yeah.
Yeah, because some team.
Yeah, well, it's because
will
he's also
probably
an
reach
interesting
out
chess
for him.
piece.
Yeah.
It's because it's like that chess piece. It's like he like he got injured. If he didn't get injured, he could have like maybe been in this top 5. Maybe he might have been had more hype around him. And it's like, well, you drafting a dude coming off an ACL injury, and like the offense that they ran at Tennessee is a little suspect. So he's just a very, very big wild piece. It's like he was good, but like, man, ACLs are rough, especially at quarterbacks.
And he's also 25. He's an older
he's also
senior
25.
too. There's where he's
He
gonna be
is-
playing when he's
I'm
20
pretty
he's
sure
gonna be
he
a
is-
26-year-old senior.
Yeah, I'm
Or
pretty sure
26-year-old
he is. I'm pretty sure he's younger than. Oh, he's older than Justin Herbert. So, there
Yeah.
you go.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this draft, man. Even though I should be home, I'll be out at like around like 6:30. I'm doing something, but I should be back by 8 o'clock or maybe a little bit
Cut
after.
it short. Your clock says 7:30. Be like, hey man, I'm out. It's been real.
But I'm excited to see like what I'm really excited to see what the Ravens do this year, because they do hold that 22 spot. If they do stay put, they might, like Addison might fall in their lap, or Jim like Jackson Smith and Jigma might fall back in their lap. So, or they could trade back and get like a Johnson from TCU. They could trade up to get, but I think the centerpiece around that team is Lamar Jackson. What they do.
If
maybe a
JSN makes it
trade.
to 22, the
Yeah.
draft is gone.
Me as a Seahawks
completely
fan
wild.
is going to be like slamming my fists around like a child in Kansas City,
The
Missouri.
reason why I looked at the draft is because there's so many question marks for so many teams. Like, why all of a sudden, like Houston Texans were in on Stroud, and then now they're not going to get a quarterback. So it's gonna,
But I
a lot of
understand
questions.
that. If Will Anderson's there too, it is tough to pass up on him.
Well, Anderson, he's from Alabama, right? Yep.
Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I would say Will Anderson is good, but if you don't have like Caleb Williams and Drake May, like if Will Anderson was a next year's class, you take a quarterback 100%. Like you don't even think about taking Will Anderson. But when you think about these quarterbacks, you're like,
Who's
well,
that,
Will Anderson might be the better pick.
who's that Georgia player that kind of like was gained weight, and then is he still
That's
on the
Jalen
draft board?
Carter.
Oh yeah, Jalen Carter. So he didn't
But
really
he's
fall
another
that
guy.
much.
Depending on who you ask, some think he may fall. Some think
Yeah.
that's kind of a smoke screen, and he might still go top 10.
And I don't want to.
I'm
I
iffy
don't
on
want
him.
to. Like I don't want to start an argument, or not an argument, but hey, maybe obviously a quarterback gonna be taking number 1, but who knows? A quarterback might not be taking number 1.
Yeah, no, it's a quarterback.
But it's gonna be
Number one.
I mean, it's gonna be a
for-
quarterback, but that's how crazy this draft is. So many question marks around some of these.
Man, if the Panthers turn in their card and they're like Will Anderson
yeah.
Jr.,
That's
like
why I think it's a
everyone's gonna
quarterback.
just be like, "What?"
I'd be cool with it, but that's more of a divisional thing than anything else.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like who's
they're
even
going-
there?
I think one is set quarterback. After that is where the intrigue starts, because Houston could even move out of that pick, and Arizona I feel like should move out of 3.
Man,
So I think
if,
that's where
if Carolina
everything
doesn't
starts.
take a quarterback, they're like literally Matt Corral is running that team.
Right. Yes. That
Yeah,
that,
because I
that
know
would be
Darnold's
what
not
would
there
happen.
anymore.
Matt Corral, I heard he's
Oh.
nice because he had the injury. So
See, I'm an
He was-
Ole
he
Miss
was-
fan.
he was
I'm an
gonna
Ole
be-
Miss fan,
he was
so
gonna
I'm
be a
on the
top
Matt
quarter-
Corral hype train.
was-
If
he
you
was gonna
want
be a
to, you tell Bryce Young to take a seat and let Matt Corral run that offense for a little bit first.
He's gonna be a top cornerback last year, but he's got hurt.
Yeah.
Last year.
I mean,
think
look,
an
if
ACL
if they believe in him, I could see that. But if that was the case, they would have just stayed at 9. Why move up to 1 if you believe that much in Matt Corral? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You move up
It's
to
gonna be-
1,
it's
you
gonna be
trade all that
crazy.
capital. It's going to be a quarterback.
It's got to be a quarterback.
Draft Jaron Hall.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah. So like I said, pregame pigskin. It won't just be myself, Gene, and Godfrey, because we've left it open that if your team is on the clock, you want to jump on to talk about your team's pick, more than welcome to.
Oh man, I'm hopping in on that 5th pick. I'm gonna be standing there.
That's what I'm
we'll
saying.
we'll be 4 picks in. Like Broderick Jones somehow went 3rd. Like everyone's going crazy.
Yeah, but that's going to be the fun of it. I don't know about the rest of the draft. I'm pretty sure we're just doing Thursday, but if we wanted to do more, I would definitely be down to do like Friday and Saturday. But
Yeah, there's
I
some.
don't maybe
gems.
Dante might take over at that point. I
Yeah,
don't know.
there's some gems in like the second, third rounds for sure.
yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But it gets to the point where they just don't care about the draft, and they're like, "Hey, like random
Dante's on everything,
bystanders,
man.
like we got a 6th-round pick. You want to announce it?"
Yeah, Dante's on everything, so I'm wouldn't be surprised if he.
Why
plus
can't we
he-
get Dante to announce?
That's
a
gonna
pick?
be that's gonna be a good thing because like he's a Texans fan, so I'm pretty sure I don't know what he's going through right now. Like, what are they
Yeah,
gonna be?
I'm sure he'll probably hop on the stream too for pick number 2.
So
Yeah,
y'all starting to
they
stream
need
just like,
Dante. They need Dante.
are y'all
announce
starting
the
to stream at
pick
like
for
8:00
Houston.
on the dot, or
We'll probably go a little before 8 to kind of talk about some stuff and set it up. But,
I'll be my date, but hey, it's all good.
well, I mean, you picked 22. That's like gonna be probably 9. I don't know, like 9:30 before they pick.
Hey, I just want to see who goes number 1, like number 5, like 1 through 10. You know, that's like
Yeah.
the interesting.
Yeah, I bet you want to know who goes number 5. Thanks, Jordan. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's definitely because
Okay.
a lot of things can happen at 5. That might
Yeah.
kind of set a lot of
Hey,
things in
Seattle can
motion.
pick Richardson, man.
Yeah, I really like Seattle is like so unpredictable when they're drafting. Like they do pretty good at keeping quiet about what they want. Like,
Yeah,
but
Pete
it
Carroll,
seems
good
most of
job.
the times they do have their leaks. It's like they're usually fairly true. Like they were linked pretty tough to DK Metcalf, and it just took them forever to take him. But it's interesting. Like I don't know how I feel if we take a quarterback, regardless who the quarterback is. You got to remember, like my prime years being a Seahawks fan, like we had Matt Hasselbeck and Russell Wilson. That's literally our only 2 quarterbacks that we've had in my prime Seahawks years. So drafting a quarterback, especially in the first round, it's not my coding yet as a Seahawks fan.
That's understandable. But like I said, it's draft week, a lot of excitement. So hopefully you guys tuned in. A lot of you will come in and out. Anthony, who's like a regular in the chat now, he's like a extension of the big 3. But hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, you already know what you can do. Make sure you subscribe to the Sports Empire Network. Like I said, got a live stream for the draft Thursday. You got Dante doing playoff games every day. He's doing baseball games. So there's always something for you to kind of catch. So make sure you do subscribe and, help us grow. But with that, that's another big 3 episode.
Can you plug in our I do have just for the followers. I did create a new. I guess plug in our socials. I guess our. I know I did make a new, brand new like Twitter for my podcast. It's called the JJL Sports Talk podcast page. So definitely follow that. It's brand new. Let me put strictly sports content. I got my separate Twitter page as well. You can follow that. It is Starboy J23. That's my original Twitter. I know it's the weekend. Starboy. I'm a Starboy. But
fanboy.
but for real though, brand new page.
Appreciate that, Mo.
Thank you, Mo.
Yeah, Mo. JJO Sports Talk podcast page. You follow it, you'll get the best sports content out there. I'm on there every day, so definitely follow me. And my link tree is up there on my bio, so click that, and you'll follow the links to my shows and everything. JJO Sports Talk, Spotify, Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts, Amazon, iHeartRadio. Basically, everywhere you listen to podcasts, I'm on, so there's no excuses for you to not. But it's all to y'all, so
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Dylan, Jake, you have anything before we get out of here?
No, I mean, enjoy that. I'm gonna
Great
enjoy
show.
the draft.
Looking forward to the draft.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm excited for the draft. Pack up
Yeah,
tomorrow, like I said earlier, and
Yeah, I'm
head
excited
out on
too.
Thursday. So I'm
Well,
excited to see what's all going to be there.
How far is that drive from Oklahoma from? to
Oh,
Kansas?
so good thing it's in Kansas City, Missouri. So it's only like 4.5 hours. So it's really not
Oh, wow.
it's not a horrible drive. Plus, I'm
Not
staying
bad.
with like my sister, so it's gonna be like nice. I don't gotta pay for a hotel, don't gotta pay for my draft tickets. Like it's gonna be nice.
Okay.
Only thing you gotta pay for gas and food and whatever memorabilia you want. It's a good trip.
All right.
I wonder where they're gonna have it next year. The draft.
Detroit.
Detroit. They
Yep.
said that.
That could be interesting. Okay. Especially with Detroit kind of on the come up. Might be a nice little scene up there. All right. Well, like I said,
Yeah.
we're here every Tuesday, 7 p.m. And as you can see, we have a lot of fun on here. Interact with the chat. So it's the same thing we give you every week. So make sure you tune in every week to see us. But that's another Big 3 episode in the book. We will see you next week. Enjoy the rest of your night. We are out.
Yeah.